him one-on-one against Paul George up top. Right hand dribble. Calls out for a screen from Nurkic, gets it to the right, goes with it. George slips through it, gets it over to Jeremy Grant. He drives, goes up to the rim, blocked underneath. I think it was Zubats who get the piece of it. And now George will look back. It's a 4-on-4 as he drives left, gets into the paint, slips the pass underneath, past Zubats and out of bounds.
Blazers did a good job getting back in transition, forcing that turnover by Paul George.
6-2 Clippers, 9:16 to play in the first period. Simons will run the offense for the Blazers. Standing on the center court circle where there is no logo, just an empty green circle with an empty white circle in it. Here's Dame, long two. Bounces up and out. No good. Rebound picked up by Kawhi Leonard. Favors across center court. Has it for the part. Crosses over. Just coming to the far wing. Gets to the free throw line. Steps through. Wings into the near corner. Batum three on the way. And that is good. Every basket that the Clippers have hit in this game has been a three. They've only taken 1-2. 3 for 6 from 3. 0 for 1 from 2.
Or symptoms, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Tell your doctor if your Crohn's disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur. Call us or visit us online. We're here for you.
Out there. I had 6 touchdowns in one season. I took pride in that.
Listen to All the Smoke wherever you get.
And there as long as they would like to have him. And again, he's scheduled to pitch a simulated game.
And my anniversary, all in the next month. That's why I use Celebrations Passport from the 1-800-Flowers family of brands. Celebrations Passport gives me free shipping on thousands of amazing gifts. And the more gifts I give, the more perks and rewards I earn. Giving is easy with Celebrations Passport. Learn more at 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart.
Keeps the Trailblazers performing at their best. This year, Rebound is sponsoring the Rebound and Rip 50K Challenge with the Boys and Girls Clubs. That's right, a chance for you to win $50,000. Just visit ReboundMD.com for details and to register today. Rebound Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, the region's most preferred.
Emotionally, we're drained, but we'll be with you. We will be going to the locker room shortly to talk with as many of the Portland Trailblazers as we possibly can. But I can tell you two things. Not only are the Trailblazers #1, and this Coliseum is going crazy.
The Portland Trailblazers preseason continues Tuesday against the Utah Jazz at Moda Center. Pre-game coverage starts at 5, tip-off at 7. Here on your home of the Blazers, 620 Rip City Radio. 620 Rip City Radio, KPOJ Portland, an iHeart radio station.
Back at Climate Pledge Arena, where the Blazers trailing the Clippers 11-2. Travis Demers, Michael Holton, Mike Lynch. And early on here, Michael, it's been a three-point show for the Clippers. There are three.
It is the Jesse Kelly Show.
First quarter. Blazers' first preseason game, Clippers' second. Of the starters that are out there tonight, Reggie Jackson, Kawhi Leonard, Nick Batum, Ivica Zubats, Paul George, none of them played in that game on Friday night against Maccabi Ra'anana. Here's Jeremy Grant with the spin move, throws it to Nurkic, but through his hands, too strong out of bounds and a turnover.
The Blazers are trying to put the ball in Jeremy Grant's hand and play off of him as a playmaker.
George will bring it up for LA. Takes it across the timeline with Grant in front of him. Out of Leonard near wing. Josh Hart defends him. Left-hand dribbles. He backs it up. Now goes right, gets screen from Jackson. Simon switches onto him. Dribbles towards the corner. Tries to turn it. He can't. Simon stays with him. Tries to work into the paint. Stops. Fades away for 14 feet. No good. Loose ball rebound. Grab by Josh Hart. Excellent defense from Anthony Simons. One-on-one with Leonard. Here's Hart, drives to the free throw line, stops, spins, gets up top to Simons, floats it to Nurk. Now cross-court pass to the corner for Grant. 3 on the way, buries it. Jeremy Grant's first 3 in a Trailblazers uniform. And that's 11-5 LA.
Excellent possession playing through the post.
Jackson has it at the top of the key. Goes right, Nurk is out on him, left-hand dribble, steps back, floats underneath for Zubac, and Simons on his back, and he throws it down with a massive size mismatch over Anthony Simons.
Well, the Blazers are switching everything 1 through 5, and that got caught on the back of Zubac.
13-5 Clippers. Here's the drive and kick from Simons. Grant drives, spins in front of George. Now throws it out to Hart. Head fake in the drive, gets to the paint, swings it to Nurk. It's corner 3 from Nurk. No good, short. Rebound Zubac. Nurk had been working on that in practice quite a bit. 6:55 to play first quarter. Leonard again defended by Simons. Spins around and drives. Stripped out of his hands by Nurkic, and a foul is called. They're going to call the foul on Simons. But so back-to-back possessions, one-on-one Kawhi Leonard against Anthony Simons. And the first time Simons got the better of it.
Yeah, you see the strength of Anthony Simons. Even then, he was able to bang with Kawhi prior to the spin. We're seeing 2 things, Travis. We're seeing the Blazers switch everything 1 through 5. And on the offensive end, we're seeing playmaking coming from people not named Anthony Simons and Damian Lillard.
Kawhi Leonard at the free throw line. This one is good. Kawhi Leonard in his last season of 2021. How many 20s is that in a row? I don't know. But he was an 89% free throw shooter 2 years ago. That's easier to say.
Very few players are able to physically knock Kawhi off his spot when he plays in isolation.
Both free throws are good. 10-point advantage for the Clippers. 15-5, 6:45 to play first quarter. Hart, near side. In front of Reggie Jackson, picks up his dribble, swings it to Lillard. Aim with a jab step on Paul George, and another. Now he drives. Gives it over to Hart. Back underneath. Grant throws it down with 2 hands.
You know, Damian Lillard drew 2, and on the kick out to Hart, Hart was able to make the extra pass.
But Jeremy Grant with 5 points to lead the Trailblazers, and it's 15-7. Here's the floater, the running floater from Jackson. Off balance, no good. Rebound Nurk. Here's Grant, 2 on 3. Throws it to Keon Johnson, who just checked in, but he wasn't ready for it. Bounced off his chest in a turnover. Johnson is in the game for Simons. Second-year pro, drafted by the Clippers a year ago. Here's a spin move from Kawhi Leonard. The shot is no good. Nice job there by Johnson. Now here comes Hart back with it the other way. Up top to Dame, in front of Zubac. Tells Nurk he doesn't want the screen. Left-hand dribble, slows it down. Bounce pass for Josh Hart. Hart holds on to it. 9 seconds to shoot. Hesitation, crossover, stop, spins to the rim and banks it in past Reggie Jackson for 2. And now the Clippers take timeout. Blazers have cut the gap. It's 15-9, 5:36 to play in the first quarter. And we'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
This fall, Portland becomes the epicenter of college basketball as the nation's top talent gathers for Phil Knight Invitational, hosted by ESPN. A weekend of elite men's and women's basketball honoring Phil Knight. Men's teams include Alabama, Iowa State, Michigan State, North Carolina, Oregon, Portland, UConn, and Villanova. Women's teams include Iowa State, Michigan State, North Carolina, and Oregon. Phil Knight Invitational tips off November 24th. For details, visit rosequarter.com/hoops.
Local jobs, local service, local community dedication. When you choose Ford, you're choosing local. That's your Northwest Ford dealers. We're in your town, serving you, your friends, and your neighbors, just like we have for over 100 years. Not everyone can say they're part of the local fabric, but your Northwest Ford dealers can. We're keeping you on the road, and we're keeping it local. Stop by today or visit buyfordnow.com.
Walter E. Nelson Company, family owned and operated since 1945, right here in the Pacific Northwest, is a major contributor to the Rose Quarter campus's LEED Platinum certification. Walter E. Nelson Company provides the Rose Quarter with cost savings on all compostable recycling bags, toilet paper, paper towels, hand foam green soap, and Hilliard Green cleaning products. Look to Walter E. Nelson Company for all your workplace maintenance, janitorial, and packaging needs. They're your solution for cleaner, healthier facilities. Visit them at walterenelson.com.
620 Rip City Radio, KPOJ, Portland, an iHeart radio station.
Rip City, the next chapter starts now. Your Portland Trailblazers season is here, and tickets are going fast. Join the best fans in the NBA for the biggest games all season long, including opening night, Friday, October 21st, versus the Phoenix Suns. For official tickets, visit trailblazers.com now. Michael, a couple of times as the Blazers trailing the Clippers right now, 15-9, you've made the point to me off air about the feel of this game. This does not feel like their standard routine preseason game.
No, I mean, for a couple of reasons. One, it's in Seattle, so there's a lot of basketball history in the building. There's a lot of legendary, historic figures in the building. Lenny Wilkens being shown on the big screen right now. But both teams are playing their top players.
Yeah.
I think that's the unique characteristic of this game. A lot of exhibition games, you don't see that.
No, you don't. We heard the report earlier this week that as Lenny Wilkens is getting a standing ovation right now, and very deservedly so, that Damian Lillard is going to play some pretty decent minutes in 4 of the 5 preseason games this year.
That's good. I mean, you know, and what we're seeing in this first quarter is Dame off the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Which I think is a preview, not necessarily of coming attractions, but a preview of what was worked on in training camp.
Yeah. So the Blazers have Nasir Little in the game for the first time, Jeremy Grant, Damian Lillard, Keon Johnson, and Yusuf Nurkic. The Clippers will bring it up with Norman Powell, who gives it to John Wall. We talked about how it's been over 400 days since Kawhi Leonard has played in an NBA game as George falls away and hits the 17-footer. For John Wall, it's been 528 days, April of 2021, against the Clippers when he played for the Rockets. That was the last time he wore an NBA uniform. 17-9. Clippers in front. Keon Johnson running the ball, gives it up to Dame on the wing. Catch and shoot, open 3. That's no good. Grant with the tip. That's no good. And rebound picked up by Paul George as Zubac slips to the floor. George takes it across the timeline, top of the key. Slips a beautiful pass to Zubac, who gets the easy open dunk.
Pick and roll in the middle of the floor on the roll of Zubac. There's no strong or weak side help.
19-9. Clippers have the lead. 4:40 to play in the first quarter. Nurkic on the wing, hands it off after one dribble to Grant. Now up top to Johnson. He dribbles right. Powell stays with him. Left hand up top to Lillard. Dame up top, slips the pass to Nurk. Drives center lane, kicks to the wing, but it's deflected and stolen by Powell. Powell will take it the other way. Has it in front of Nasir Little, now wearing the number 10. Launches a three-pointer. That's in and out. And Nurkic with the rebound. Jeremy Grant wearing the number 9. Used to be donned by Nasir Little. And there was a whistle. Was there?
We just saw something quite interesting. We saw a take foul, but we saw it in the front court so the Clippers could substitute.
So the transition take foul is interesting. When there's a new rule on that, and you were as vocal as anybody last year about that foul. And a transition play, if there is a foul committed that is not a play on the ball, it'll be a shot and the ball for the team that had possession.
Yeah, I don't like anything that hurts the authenticity of the game. You know, and I thought the intentional foul to stop the fast break just always seemed counter to the best interest of the game.
So the Clippers are going to make some changes.
And they got called for the take foul.
They did. That's
even
right.
though it was in the front court.
All right, that's something to keep an eye on then. So I guess it doesn't matter if it's in the front court or the back court as Damian Lillard misses the free throw.
And I like the consistency or the application of the rule. Because it was a foul to stop play.
So the Clippers will have Kennard, Wall, Moses Brown, Norman Powell, and Robert Covington. 3 of the former Trailblazers that are on the Clippers roster. Along with Nick Batum, they had Rodney Hood on the team last year. Here's Lillard at the elbow, up top to Johnson, drives, spins, loses the ball, knocked out of his hands by Wall, and it's picked up. Now Powell's got it. Powell drives, tries to split the defense, takes a step into the corner for Wall. Hesitation up top. Covington three is good. 22-9 Clippers, 3:53 to play in the first quarter. Drew Eubanks out of the game for the first time. Dame the straightaway, deep three, and he hits it. That is a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, and you know what Dame says, when he sees that thing go through just one time, that good loving feeling is soon to follow.
First points of the night for Lillard. 3:35 to play first quarter. Powell pulls up, 13-footer. Back iron, no. Lillard with the rebound, gets it away from Covington as he looks to push. Bounce pass, no look to Grant. Drive, steps through. Up, no good. He's fouled by Moses Brown. So we will see Jeremy Grant head to the free throw line for the first time as a Portland Trailblazer.
You know, Travis, what we're seeing with the Trailblazers attack, we're so used to seeing most possessions start with a ball screen, whether it's a drag screen in transition. And what we're seeing now is just straight push and spacing without the screen to initiate the possession.
Grant was an 84% free throw shooter with Detroit last year, played in just 47 games before his injury. 259 free throw attempts. Last year was his second year with the Pistons after signing a 3-year contract after 1 year in Denver. Free throw was good, hits them both. Grant has 7 points to lead the Blazers, 3:20 to play first quarter, 22-14 LA. Simons is back in the game. Dame is out. Here's Wall on the drive. Looks for Brown. Loses a handle on it. Knocked away by Eubanks. Picked up by Little. Takes it across with the left hand. Near side. Slows it down. Steps back. Three-pointer on the way is no good. It might have been deflected by Covington. Powell picks it up. And he'll bring it across on the near side. Johnson is in front of him. Drives past him. Steps through. Rejected underneath by Jeremy Grant. Bounce past a Little to the rim. Stuffs it home. It all started with the block by Jeremy Grant, emphatically off the backboard.
That wasn't a block, that was a pancake.
How about that for our Les Schwab doing the right thing matters play?
Absolutely, return to sender.
Here's Wall with the fade away from the elbow, no good. Knocked away by Eubanks, picked up by Simons. Blazers trail by 6. Simons brings it up to the wing and slows it down. Gets a screen from Eubanks, goes with it. Now looks to pass to Eubanks, back up top to Simons. Deep straightaway 3. Nearly banked it in, but missed, and the rebound is controlled by Kennard. 2:13 and counting first quarter, 22-16 Clippers. Kick to the corner, knocked away by Grant and his long arms. Heard so much about his wingspan. We're seeing it in action here in the last 2 defensive possessions. 2 minutes to play in the first. Here's Simons to the elbow, drives, runs it up from 12, no good, he's fouled.
I tell you what, that Jeremy Grant block, I'm sorry to go back 4 or 5 plays or possessions, but it looked like a gimme layup, and he came out of nowhere.
I mean, from up here, now there's 17,000 and change in here, and we're at the back of the 100 level or so. Not very different from where we are at Moda Center. We heard that block like it was right next to us.
Oh, it excited me for 2 reasons. A lot of players can go vertical to change a shot. But there's a small group that can travel distance on the slide and then elevate the way Jeremy Grant just did.
Simons makes the first free throw. Ant's first point tonight. 22-17, LA in front. Simons will get another free throw here. Makes them both. One thing Simons does very well is shoot the free throws. 89% a year ago. 22-18, $1:50 to play first quarter. Wall will run the offense for the Clippers. Gets a screen from Brown. Now back up top to Brown. Now to Kennard. Catch and shoot. Deep 3 is good. Luke Kennard has been one of the best three-point shooters in the league the last couple of years in terms of percentage. Showing why there. 25-18. Simons fades away from 15 and knocks it down. His first field goal of the night. He's got 4. 25-20 LA in front. Wall with the drive down the middle of the lane. Hesitation. No, he's going to be fouled by Justice Winslow, who just checked in. And free throws coming for John Wall. So the Blazers have Little, Winslow, Johnson, Eubanks, and Simons. The Clippers with Moses Brown, Norman Powell, Robert Covington, Luke Kennard, and shooting free throws, John Wall. Wall is 75% free throw shooter in the 20 season. And he was with the Rockets. Spent almost his entire career with the Washington Wizards, then went to Houston in the trade that sent Russell Westbrook to the Wizards.
You know, John Wall saw a gap in the Trailblazers screen roll coverage and showed you that explosiveness that he has.
Moses Brown checks out. Kawhi Leonard back in for L.A. Free throws are good. It's 27-20. 1:15 to play first quarter. Johnson will bring it up. Kennard sits down in front of him. Left hand up top to Eubanks. Covington defends Eubanks. Holds the ball away, can't get rid of it. And he's going to be called for a travel. He moved his pivot foot. Good defense there by the Clippers.
Yeah, the Blazers were a little unclear in their execution of that play.
1 minute to play first quarter. 27-20. Clippers in front. Wall, near side, left hand, crosses over, tries to drive on Eubanks, now pulls up, throws a pass to the corner, head fake, open three, Powell, no good. Rebound right back to Powell, Little over-jumped it up to the rim, blocked by Eubanks underneath. And now Simons will come the other way with it. Crosses over, drives, slows down, fades away, baseline, no. Rebound, Little, waits, stops, foul, no. Covington got him with the back of the leg. Covington's back of the leg to the back of the head of Nasir Little. With the pump fake, Covington jump, he landed on Little, and Nas will get a couple of free throws.
And so I guess I'm going to come up with a new term, or at least for this game I am.
Yeah.
Anthony Simons just had the most impressive miss of the night. I mean, it was an ISO crossover, step back, one leg shot on the baseline.
Little shot 73% from the line last year in 42 games. He hits them both here. 31 seconds left in the quarter. 27-22 Clippers in front. Wall near midcourt. Up top to Leonard. Dribbles right. Screen comes from Powell. Simons picks him up on the switch. Crosses over. And again, Simons stays with him. Gets to the paint. Stops. Left hand hook. Around and out. Bounces off of Kennard, but he holds on to it. Offensive rebound. Covington now defended by Simons. Throws it up top for Kawhi Leonard. Jab step with the right hand. 6 seconds to shoot. Down to 4. Got a half a second differential. Shot clock to game clock. Here's Leonard. 1 second to shoot. Fades away. Air ball. And that will do it for the first quarter. Maybe it won't, because there was a differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So I think they're going to put some time back in the shot clock. Chauncey Billups coming over to talk to Scott Twardowski and saying, hey, we're not done yet. And they indeed put 0.3 of a second on the game clock. Inbound to Simons, and that'll do it. There are 12 minutes of play here in Seattle. It's the Clippers 27, your Trailblazers 22. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
It's time to rep Rip City, Portland.
We are Rip City.
Your chance to get a Trailblazers credit card is here. Brought to you by First Tech, the official credit union of the Portland Trailblazers. Choose a Blazers MasterCard that earns valuable rewards, or just show off your Rip City pride. And with discounts on Blazer tickets and merch, having a Trailblazers credit card in your wallet is a slam dunk. Apply today at firsttechfed.com/BlazersCard. Federally insured by NCUA.
The world is a vampire.
Two of rock's biggest bands in a must-see monumental night. Spirits on Fire Tour. The Smashing Pumpkins. With very special guest, James Addiction. November 13th, Luda Center. Spirits on Fire Tour. The Smashing Pumpkins with James Addiction. And Poppy. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
The ordered one too many deal at McDonald's. But luckily for you,
whoa, is that McDonald's?
There's always someone around.
And you got extras?
To help take it off your plate.
Yeah, I like some.
There's a deal for every helping hand at McDonald's. Now with the buy one, get one for $1 menu, buy one of your favorites, like the new Bacon McDouble or the classic McChicken, and get another for just $1. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We start the second quarter here at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington, where the Blazers trailing the Clippers 27-22 in the preseason opener. Travis Demers along with Michael Holton. Mike Lynch back at our Moda Center studios. And in that first quarter, Jeremy Grant in 10 minutes led the Blazers with 7 points and had 2 blocks in that first quarter as well. Josh Hart, Anthony Simons, Sear Little all with 4 points. And Paul George matching Jeremy Grant with the game-high 7. The Clippers were 5 of 10 from 3, while the Blazers were just 2 of 8. And the Blazers turned it over 6 times to the Clippers 4. But, Michael, I want to bring up Anthony Simons defensively. We saw him defending Kawhi Leonard one-on-one on a couple of possessions there in that first quarter. What did you see from Ant on that end?
First of all, I saw strength. I saw confidence defensively. You know, he was very comfortable with one of the league's best and strongest ISO players. And that speaks to preparation in the weight room and preparation watching video.
So Justice Winslow will get it in from the baseline, and the Blazers have it from right to left to start the second quarter. Keon Johnson now brings it up. Lillard, Little, and Nurkic also on the floor. Dame has it near center court. Gets a high screen from Nurk. Pick and roll. Drives. Kicks it out to Winslow. Back underneath to Nurkic. Zubac to the right on his back. Kicks it out to Dame. Now lobs it back underneath to Nurk. 5 to shoot. Wants to back down Zubac. Gets into the paint. And a foul is going to be called underneath. That's going to be on Zubac as he tried to get a little physical there with Nurkic. The Clippers will come out with Zubac, Leonard, Wall, Powell, and George.
Excellent ball movement by the Blazers and utilization of the good low post position that Nurk established.
Winslow gets it into Johnson. 22 seconds gone by second quarter. Blazers trail by 5. Here's Nurkic, a winged 3. That's off the mark. It's tipped into the hands of Norman Powell. Here come the Clippers back the other way with it. Here's Wall on the drive. Looks underneath for Zubac. Spins. Right hand. Banks it in. 29-22. Zubac with 6 points for L.A. Lillard dribbles to the wing, bounce pass to Nurk through his hands, but it's tipped and picked up by Winslow. Floats it up left hand. No, Nurk there with the tip and 2.
Nurk tracked that missed shot. Was able to tip it in.
First points of the night for Nurkic in his first attempted 2. He was 0 for 2 from 3. 29-24. 105 gone by second quarter. Wall with the crossover. Gives it up to Zubac at the elbow. Now to Powell. Comes around the screen. Gives it up to George. Head fake as Little closes. 3-pointer on the way is good. Paul George has played his best against the Trailblazers historically as he hits the 3 there, 32-24. Here's Nurkic with the drive, the reverse lay-in. Nurk off the window for the deuce.
At 1-5 screen roll, Dame and Nurk still paying dividends.
32-26. George fires up a shot, tried to get fouled by Johnson and drew the contact. So Keon Johnson picks up the personal, and that will send Paul George to the free throw line.
You know, one of the things that the best ISO players do in the league, Paul George being one of them, as soon as they see the defender's palms facing the floor, palms down, they go into their shooting motion to draw the foul. And that's something that Keon Johnson is going to have to learn.
Keon Johnson briefly teammates with Paul George until last February. George's first free throw is good. He's got 11 points. That's a game high. Only player in double figures. Reggie Jackson and Nick Batum come in for Paul George, or rather for Norman Powell and Reggie Jackson, as George will continue at the free throw line. Second free throw from George is good. And it is 35-26. I'll make it 34-26, excuse me. Dame gets a high screen from Nurk, now slips through and drives. Bounce pass into the corner. Little rotates to Winslow, back underneath to Nurk, and he floats one up at an awkward angle. He had 3 defenders around him. It was no good. Picked up by Batum, brings it back the other way, takes it to the wing. No look, bounce pass up top. Here's Zubac's 18-footer. That's no good. Ball comes right out to Nurk as he picked up his 6th rebound. Now here's Dame, top of the key. Drive behind his back pass to Nurk. He floats it over to Nasir Little. Little circles around, drives and kicks Dame. Wide open corner 3. No good.
Dame has gotten some good looks that have not went down in this first half.
34-26, Clippers in front. George defended by, rather it's Leonard defended by Dame, gets underneath and Dame fouls. That is the second team foul. I don't think he was in the act of shooting. Now, apparently he was.
Yeah. You know, we're still seeing a defensive competitiveness from the Blazers. And it really stands out when you get the mismatch and players hold their own like Damian Lillard and Anthony Simon in the low block area.
So here's Kawhi Leonard at the free throw line. 5 points in 10 minutes tonight. Just 1 of 6 from the floor. The free throw is good. Kawhi Leonard tore his ACL in the second round of the playoffs in 2021. Had surgery in July of 2021. Has not played since. 426 days. It's the last time he saw an NBA floor. Free throws are good. It is 36-26. The Clippers matching their largest lead of the game. Keon Johnson out on the wing. Up top to Nurkic. Scoops it over to Johnson. He drives left, now fades away from 13 feet. Bounces up, no good. George leaps to grab the rebound. Clippers are pushed back the other way. Batum has it, looks underneath for Leonard with Dame on his back. Ball fake, gets in the paint, stops, looks to give it up, finds George in the corner, fades away, long two, in and out, rebound Lillard. They will bring it up with just a little bit of pace. Gets past Batum, gets a screen, he drives, bumped, left hand, banks it in. Dame falls to the floor, and we'll get an and one opportunity.
Tough shot. But as Dame turned the corner, you could tell he was thinking pass. But when the defense didn't stop his straight line drive, he was able to finish with the offhand.
That foul was on Zubac as he picks up his second personal.
You know, Dame is so crafty changing pace while he's reading the defense.
We're going to see Shaedon Sharpe on the floor for the first time in a Blazers uniform. Dame makes the free throw to convert on the three-point play, and at the 8:54 mark of the second quarter of the first preseason game, Shaedon Sharpe makes his NBA debut, his preseason NBA debut. Josh Hart comes in as well. Here's Batum, floats underneath. Dame knocks it away. He was looking for Zubac. Dame picks it up. Dame dribbles to the wing. Bounce pass to Hart. He takes off, loses a handle on it, but gets it back. Gives it to Nurk. Bounce pass to Dame. Drives right of the lane. Hesitation. Back to Nurk. Back to Dame. Goes left. Bounce pass Winslow. Fakes left now. Goes right. 7 to shoot. Now to Nurk at the top of the free throw circle. 5 seconds to shoot. Fades away from 18, and it bounces off. Blazers had cleared to head back on defense. Here come the Clippers the other way, leading by 7. Jackson in the paint, defended by Sharpe, floats it out to Batum. Now over to the far side for Kawhi Leonard. Swings it to Jackson. Jackson pulls up. Rounded out. Rebound Josh Hart. Hart will push up quickly. Scoops to Lillard. Thought about the three, but Batum quickly closed. Now to Nurk, who rolls left hand. No, but he is fouled. And I would imagine he will get the 2 free throws there.
So what we saw in that possession, I've talked about it. Josh Hart brought it and pushed it and flattened the defense. And now when it comes to Dame off the catch, Dame is able to have a different angle of attack.
Nurk will get a couple of free throws here. As Anthony Simons, Drew Eubanks, and Jeremy Grant getting set to check back in. This free throw is no good. Here are Grant and Simons. Dame comes out. Free throw is good. It is 36-30. So the Blazers for the moment have Simons, Nurkic, Hart, Sharpe, and Grant. Nurk takes a swipe at the ball and the pass to Zubac, but can't get the ball. Here's Leonard. He drives, splits the defense, gets to the paint, slips the pass to Zubac, and he gets his 3rd easy dunk of the game.
Kawhi Leonard with a crafty pocket pass.
38-30 Clippers. Nurk up top. Floats it to Grant in the paint. George on his back. Goes up. Left hand. No good. Ball's tipped and picked up by Reggie Jackson. And a whistle.
A double foul.
I can't see who
it was. Batum.
Rodney Mott is pointing to. No, I think they're calling the transition take foul.
A take foul. Oh, wow.
On Simons. There's Reggie Jackson at the free throw line. He'll get one, and the Clippers will get the ball. He makes the free throw. Now, on those transition take fouls, anybody on the floor can take the free throw.
Yeah, and that was an off-the-ball transition take foul. So, interesting application of the rule. We're so used to it seeing on the ball handler.
Yep. So whether it is on the ball or off the ball, if there is not a play made on the ball, it will be a transition take foul. We've already seen it twice tonight. There was an average of a little more than one a game last year. 39-30. Eubanks in the game for Nurkic. Clippers have the ball in the lead. Here's Leonard fade away from the baseline, and he puts it through. Kawhi Leonard, 2 of 7. He's got 9 points. The Clippers now with an 11-point lead, 41-30. 7:05 to play in the first half. Simons near center court, right-hand dribble. Gives it up and gets it back from Grant. Jackson switches onto him, dribbles into the corner, crosses over, goes left, gets into the paint, floats it up, right hand, missed it. A little too strong, and he missed it left. Rebound, Paul George. Brings it across. Pulls up, three-pointer, that's no good. And Sharp will let it go out of bounds. Timeout taken on the floor with 6:41 to play in the first half. 41-30, the Blazers trailing the Clippers. We'll do the same on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Rip City Clothing Company is the store for your unique Blazer style. Prefer to shop in person? Come on down to the Moda Center store Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Want to explore all we have to offer from the comfort of your couch? Well then, check out ripcityclothing.com. Whether in person or online, you'll find the right gear to rep your home team, including the latest jerseys. So visit ripcityclothing.com today.
Get up, Rip City!
I like to think of myself as a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes, please.
Gotcha.
But these days, I'm less confident in the economy.
Same here, buddy.
Thankfully, Les Schwab Tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets. Time to turn, Mom.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
There's no roadmap, no single path, and no finish line.
Lead scoops and scores. He's done it again.
I've learned a few things on my journey to be better. My journey won't look like yours. It won't be perfect. You'll be unsure at times, and that's okay. What's most important is that you start anywhere. Be better. Moda Health.
620 Rip City Radio, KPOJ, Portland, and iHeart Radio Station.
Rebounds are important, whether on the court or in bouncing back from an injury. When one of the Trailblazers suffers from an injury, they trust the expertise of the physicians at Rebound Orthopedics and Neurosurgery. With over 35 dedicated experts providing the highest level of treatment for your bone, joint, and muscle needs, it is no surprise they are the region's most preferred independent orthopedic and neurosurgery practice. Visit www.reboundmd.com or call 1-800-REBOUND to schedule an appointment today. Blazers trail the Clippers 41-30 with 6:41 to play in the first half here in Seattle. And Michael, I was looking down at my notes here and did not see what they were doing on the big screen. I see Gary Payton up there with Lenny Wilkins. What was going on?
Well, they celebrated all of the former Sonics that played for Lenny Wilkins. Sean Kemp, Detlef Shrimp, Gary Payton, and Sam Perkins.
Yeah.
Big Easy. Or Big Smooth.
This is a big event here in Seattle. These two, the Clippers played here on Friday night against Maccabi Ratanana. And the turnout was not quite what we're seeing here tonight. But folks are fired up. It looks like someone up there is wearing a Gary Payton jersey with half of the Sasquatch mascot costume on. That's what's missing from tonight.
Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Okay. You miss him?
Great mascot. I mean, some of the best mascots in sports that are no longer out there. I mean, that's one of them. Yuppie, the old Montreal Expos, like that one and Sasquatch, man. That's where it was at.
You got me thinking about that now. So is Sasquatch holding out or just...
There's no team.
Oh.
Blazers lose possession of it. Kawhi Leonard with a long lead pass out to Jackson. Slows it down for the Simons. Crosses over, drive. Simon stays with him. Sharp comes to help. Drive pass to Kawhi Leonard, who gets the two.
Sasquatch still could have been here.
Should have been here. I'm sure that suit existed somewhere. 43-30. Eubanks gives it up to Sharp. Out of Simons, far side. Has it right in front of Chauncey Billups. Jab step, now a three-pointer. Drills it. There's a 14-6 Clippers run right before that. It's 43-33. Kawhi Leonard gives it up. Here's Paul George now in front of Grant into the corner for Jackson. Quick three. That's no good. And Grant with the rebound, his third of the game. Grant brings it up to the wing. Pulls up, long two. No good. Rebound, John Wall. Wall will run the offense here for LA. Now he drives. Grant cuts him off, so he's forced to do a U-turn and bring it back out to the corner. Another crossover. There's a whistle. Defensive 3 seconds is going to be called on Drew Eubanks.
Well, John Wall started the isolation dribble and kind of froze the entire Trailblazers defense.
Yeah. Michael, last night we had an opportunity to go to the Museum of Pop Culture, founded by Paul and Jody Allen.
And you play the guitar. And
a little bit.
I went into the room with the drum set.
Yeah, how was that?
And I just reaffirmed that I don't have rhythm.
You sure about that? No, was it because they had the real drum set and they had the V drum?
No, it was real.
Real, okay.
And I couldn't stomp my foot and hit the snare drum on a different cadence.
Here's a Reggie Jackson three. That's short. Rebound Eubanks. After the free throw was no good on the tech. Now, why didn't you let me know you were doing that? I wanted to see that.
No, it needed to be a secret.
Let me watch you take batting practice down in Santa Barbara.
That's a different conversation.
There is a foul on Jackson as Simons got tripped up on the drive.
So what's happening now, Travis, in the last 2 minutes, the game has slowed down. It was very up and down in the first quarter, and now it's starting to slow down and kind of settle in. And what the Blazers have to guard against is becoming stationary and easy to guard. You got to continue to execute.
Hart with the inbound to Simons. Defended loosely by Batum as he backs it up towards center court with 9 to shoot. 4:44 to play in the half. Simons right-hand dribble. Crosses over in front of Jackson. Now he takes off, splits the defense, stops, pulls up. No good. Rebound poked away by Leonard into the hands of George. Slows it down to the wing. Drives on Simons, goes behind his back, spins. Eubanks comes over to help, throws it into the corner for Jackson. Corner three, and that's good. That is the 7th made free on 17 attempts by the Clippers. They lead at 46-33. Simons with a slow dribble near side. Gives it up to Hart. Looks around in front of Wall. Dribbles back to the wing. Gets a screen from Eubanks. Back to Eubanks. Slips it underneath. Stops, goes up, and he's fouled. Was he fouled by Jackson before the shot or Kawhi Leonard as the shot was happening?
Really think it happened in the act of shooting.
They will give it to him in the act of shooting, and it was on Jackson.
And it was Josh Hart creating in the screen roll action with Drew Eubanks.
Eubanks' first free throw is no good. So last night we're seeing all these exhibits, Jimi Hendrix, Pearl Jam, horror movies, things like that. And the look on your face when I told you that Pearl Jam was formerly known as Mookie Blaylock was priceless.
Yeah, because Mookie Blaylock is Mookie Blaylock. And then I was thinking about the Do the Right Thing movie. Mookie!
Both free throws no good by Drew Eubanks. Clippers come away with the board, and they'll bring it back with John Wall. He's got it on the wing near side in front of Josh Hart. Slips through left, gets it to Batum. Set shot corner three, no good. And here comes Hart with a hop step across center court, slows it down. It was a 3-on-4. Now Grant steps through to the rim and banks it in for two. And a timeout taken by the Clippers. as Jeremy Grant now leading the Blazers with 9 points. 3:37 to play in the half. It's the Clippers 46, the Blazers 35 on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Rip City has a new way to watch the Portland Trailblazers at home in 4K, crystal clear picture quality. It's like bringing your living room couch courtside at Moda Center. Evoca TV is the official next-gen partner of the Portland Trailblazers, bringing you more sports on TV for less. For just $25 a month, you get all the live regional sports you love with Root Sports, plus dedicated channels for Portland teams like the Winterhawks, Thorns, and more. Sign up now to get $10 off your first 3 months. Go to evoca.tv/PDX10.
Save on Rose Quarter tickets when you bring a group of friends, family members, or employees to your favorite shows. Everything from the family fun of Disney on Ice and Harlem Globetrotters to the action of Monster Jam and WWE. Rose Quarter has entertainment for everyone. Don't miss your chance to create extraordinary moments and get discounted tickets. For more information and to see available events, visit rosequarter.com/groups.
These days, seems anyone with a website can sell you a new car. But your Northwest Ford dealers know there's more to it. More service than selling. More helping hand than just handshakes. More confidence than computer clicks. And for decades, we've been a friend in the neighborhood. So whether you need help today or tomorrow, we'll be there. We're your Northwest Ford dealers. Stop by today or visit buyfordnow.com.
620 Rip City Radio, KPOJ, Portland, an iHeart radio station.
Rip City Clothing Co. is the store for your unique Blazers style. Prefer to shop in person? Check out our flagship store at Moda Center. And if you want to explore all that we have to offer from the comfort of your couch, then check out ripcityclothing.com. Whether in person or online, we have something for you to rep your home team, including the latest jerseys like Shaden Sharp. Visit ripcityclothing.com today. And the new jerseys that we've seen, the red statement edition uniforms designed by Damian Lillard. It was kind of cool to see how all that went down.
Yeah, I like the fact that Dame had such a primary role in it and wanted the pinwheel to be prominent.
It is the first time in Trailblazers history that the pinwheel will be front and center on a jersey, so we'll see that. I don't know when the first game they're going to roll that out, but we'll see it plenty, I'm sure. So out of the timeout, it will be Clippers basketball from left to right. Norman Powell will get it in. Reggie Jackson, Robert Covington, John Wall, and Ivica Zubac on the floor for LA. For the Blazers, Anthony Simons, Damian Lillard, Josh Hart, Yusuf Nurkic returns, and Jeremy Grant. 3:33 to play first half, 46-35 Clippers. Jackson is defended on the perimeter by Nurkic. Looks into the corner for Covington. Back to Jackson. 9 seconds to shoot. Dribbles up. Now steps to the side. Launches a three, and it's good. Jackson now with 7 points. He's connected on his second three of the game. And it's 49-35 Clippers. Their largest lead of the game at 14. Pass nearly stolen by Powell, but Simons holds on to it. Now up top to Grant. There is a whistle. And a defensive three in the key on Ivica Zubac. So Damian Lillard will step up to the line. Dame tonight in 13 minutes, 6 points on 2 of 7 shooting. He's hit 1 3. Assists, a steal, and a couple of rebounds. What have you seen here in the early going for Dame in his first time on the floor in 10 months?
He's just working to get his rhythm. He's gotten some clean looks that Dame normally knocks down that haven't gone down yet. You know that it's just a matter of time before he starts to knock down shots in rhythm. The key is that he's gotten a good amount of quality looks.
Free throw was good. It was 49-36. Inbound to Grant from Simons. Jab step on Covington, gets to the baseline, stop, double team by Powell. Now up top, they get to the corner now for Hart. Head fake, quickly double team, slips the pass underneath, knocked out of bounds. With 4.5 seconds of the shot clock by the Clippers, so the Blazers will hold on to it.
If there was one clip in this game I wish I could capture and break down in the video room for both teams, it's that one. The offense was good, but the defensive rotations were better.
Dame looks to get it in for the baseline. He's got to get it in a hurry. Does to Simons. Deep two, fading away. No good. The shooting has not been there for the Trailblazers tonight, shooting at about 34%. 49-36. Here's a pass, goes off the underside of the backboard, but the bounce right to Jackson. Now Covington throws it to Zubats. Hart knocks it away, picked up by Jeremy Grant. Fourth steal of the night by the Trailblazers. There's Grant to Hart. Drives the baseline up and under. No, he's fouled by Covington.
The Blazers really need to manufacture a run here between now and the end of the half. Get this back to single digits.
That is the fifth foul on the Clippers, so the Blazers are in the bonus for the rest of the half. The defensive energy, while they're trailing by 13 right now, the defensive energy is dramatically different than what we saw a year ago.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And it's hard to highlight it or it's not standing out because the Blazers are turning the basketball over and the Clippers are scoring threes in isolation.
First free throw from Hart is no good. Jackson will come out as the free throw from Hart is good, and we are going to see Brandon Boston Jr. for the first time. Second-year pro out of Kentucky. 49-37. Wall with the drive, misses a left-hand shot. Rebound picked up by Nurkic. Dame now with the lead pass to Simons. Back to Nurkic. Rolls to the basket. Banks it in. And the foul. No, they call it travel on Nurkic. Rodney Mott called the foul, and then in comes the official Scott Twardowski. Waved it off and called a travel on Yusuf Nurkic.
Scott Twardowski is not a fan of entertainment.
It's a preseason, Scott. Come on. Let's have a show.
It was creative footwork by Nurk, though, to catch and kind of do a hop, skip, and a jump.
Creative is a good word. I like that. Here's John Wall on the drive. Out to the wing. Covington three-pointer. That's no good. Rebound Josh Hart. Now to Dame. Thought about the three. One-hand pass up top to Hart. Back to Dame. In front of Zubats. Crosses over and drives. Splits the defense. Looks to Nurk. Push. Puts it up. No good. He's fouled. And Zubats is going to pick up his third personal. Got him with the body, kind of hip check Nurk as he went up for it. There was a little hesitation there that prevented that from being an and one.
Well, that was a beautiful piece of offense by the Blazers and Damian Lillard in particular. You thought he was going to measure Zubac and take the three, but he drove the basketball and found Nurk right at the rim.
Free throw from Nurkic is in.
Because what Dame recognized, if Zubac is guarding me, then that means somebody smaller than Nurk is on Nurk.
Nurk makes both free throws. It is 49-39. 1:42 to play here in the second quarter. Here's Josh Hart with the steal. It's a 2-on-3. Pushes, lost it, gives up. Grant down the center of the lane, knocked away, but into the hands of Lillard in the corner. Three-pointer, yes! Dame knocks down his second triple of the night. It's a 7-point game, 49-42. 1:18 to play here in the half. Here's Powell. Crossover, pulls up. Long two, no good. It's long. Hart's going to let it go out of bounds.
You know, where I talked at the 2:25 mark about the Blazers making a run to get this thing to single digits. Yep. And that's exactly what they're doing.
They've got their starters on the floor. Hart, Grant, Nurkic, Simons, Lillard. Dame on the wing in front of Robert Covington. Gets a screen from Nurkic. Back to Nurk on the drive to the rim. It is around and through. It held up on the rim just a moment. It's a 5-point game, 49-44. Here's Wall on the drive. Floats up short. Rebound Hart. There's an air ball. It's a 5-on-4. Blazers have it. Here's Dame. Looks out to Hart. Swings the pass to Simons. Wide open three. No good. It's short. Rebound picked up by Zubats. Now Wall will push it back up. It's an 8-0 Trailblazers run to pull to within 5. Long three from Wall is good.
It's a 6-point swing, boy.
Yep.
The three the Blazers didn't make and the three that John Wall made.
Dame from way downtown is no good. 8-point game, 52-44. 24 seconds left in the half. Clippers will slow it down. About a 5-second differential. Shot clock to game clock. Wall talks with the official Scott Twardowski at center court as he maintains his dribble. 6 seconds to shoot. Has it up top. Looks to Powell. Catch and shoot three. No good. Rebound loose. Picked up by Dame. He's got it. Bounce pass leads up for Simons. Has it with 2 seconds left to the rim and blocked by Covington as he went for the dunk. And that'll do it for the first half. The Blazers do cut it to single digits, even though they had an opportunity to make it a 2-point game. Covington with the block on Simons to finish up the first half. 52-44 Clippers at the break, and we'll take a timeout on the Portland Trail Blazers Radio Network.
I do want to win, and I believe that, that's the direction that we're going in. I do know that I'm going to be going into this next season more clear and fresh than I have since I first came in the league.
Rip City, the next chapter starts now. Your Portland Trailblazers season is around the corner, and tickets are on sale now. Join the best fans in the NBA for the biggest games all season long. For official Trailblazers tickets, visit trailblazers.com.
New construction and business remodeling is great, but leaves a big mess. And job site cleanup is the final touch for any commercial construction or renovation project. When you need to put the finishing touch on newly constructed buildings, call the professionals at Service Master Clean. Service Master Clean has been an industry leader for more than 60 years. From post-construction cleanup to janitorial services, call Service Master Building Services in Portland and Vancouver at 503-298-6145. We're proud to be the green, clean partner of the Portland Trailblazers.
Hey, Trailblazers fans, did you know that texting while driving makes a crash up to 23 times more likely? The Trailblazers and Metro West Ambulance would like to remind you to please not text and drive. Doing so puts you and everyone around you at risk. We know that emotions are running high after an exciting game, but sharing them with others can wait until you get home. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of the Trailblazers season. Metro West Ambulance, the official ambulance service of the Portland Trailblazers.
This fall, Portland becomes the epicenter of college basketball as the nation's top talent gathers for Phil Knight Invitational, hosted by ESPN, a weekend of elite men's and women's basketball honoring Phil Knight. Men's teams include Alabama, Iowa State, Michigan State, North Carolina, Oregon, Portland, UConn, and Villanova. Women's teams include Iowa State, Michigan State, North Carolina, and Oregon. Phil Knight Invitational tips off November 24th. For details, visit rosequarter.com/hoops.
Portland Trailblazers basketball is being brought to you by Moda Health. Health insurance is better with a guide. This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Welcome to the McDonald's McDelivery Halftime Show, brought to you by your locally owned and operated McDonald's. Proud supporters of the Trailblazers, McDonald's now delivers. Mike Lynch here, back with you. Halftime of the first preseason game for the Blazers. They're up in Seattle playing the Clippers. Clippers have a 52-44 halftime lead. Now, let's try not to take anything too crazy, too ahead of ourselves, because it's the preseason. Let's remember that. Not a lot of what we're seeing matters to the grand scheme of things, but a lot of what we're seeing in small bits does matter to how the team is going to be playing this year. The first thing I noted in that first half was look at Josh Hart go. He was active on defense. He was bringing the ball up the court, which I thought was a really interesting little wrinkle that I wasn't actually expecting to start the game. He was bringing the ball up the court with Damian Lillard off the ball, and he made some really nice passes as well and was rotating well on defense. Plus, had a steal that led to a fast break opportunity for the Blazers as well. But the star of the first half was Jeremy Grant, who we talked about in the pregame show. So fitting, of course, that he would be the star of the first half so far. His versatility showing up right away. Ability to score in the paint as well as hit threes, his length affecting shots as well as getting some steals or deflections. And he was able to go on the fast break and get a dunk as well. We're going to play some of the highlights a little bit later here in halftime. He was absolutely awesome in the first half. And if that's the Jeremy Grant that the Blazers are getting, that's a really, really, really good sign, because what we talked about in the pregame was since LaMarcus Aldridge's departure, the 4 position has not exactly been filled consistently since that time. And if Jeremy Grant can do what he's doing in this first half on a consistent basis, that will be very, very exciting for Blazers fans. All right, coming up next, we will dive into the box score and get into some other bits and bobs that I had written down there of the first half. This is the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Rip City, the excitement of the 2022-23 season continues to build, and now is the time to become a Trailblazers season ticket holder.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Get the best seats, best value, and best benefits with flexible payment options. Plus, we have the most flexible season ticket packages around. Not able to attend every game? No problem. Trade your seats for a different game and bring your friends.
This is awesome.
Call 844-RIP-CITY for details or visit trailblazers.com/season tickets.
Gotta love this game.
With My Freddy's Rewards, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. And for every dollar you spend, you earn fuel points, which can add up to $1 per gallon off at the pump for the win. Plus, save every day on groceries and get personalized digital coupons for the win. My Freddy's Rewards. All you do is win. Big, big savings. Sign up now at fredmeyer.com and start saving. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Walter E. Nelson Company, family owned and operated since 1945, right here in the Pacific Northwest, is a major contributor to the Rose Quarter campus's LEED Platinum certification. Walter E. Nelson Company provides the Rose Quarter with cost savings on all compostable recycling bags, toilet paper, paper towels, hand foam green soap, and Hilliard Green cleaning products. Look to Walter E. Nelson Company for all your workplace maintenance, janitorial, and packaging needs. They're your solution for cleaner, healthier facilities. Visit them at walterenelson.com.
Feel the sting. Scorpions. Rock Believer World Tour. Scorpions. October 9th. Moda Center. With special guest Whitesnake, the farewell tour. One venomous night. Scorpions with Whitesnake. Get tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Live Nation.
620 Rip City Radio, KPOJ, Portland, an iHeart radio station.
Welcome back to the McDonald's McDelivery halftime show. Clippers lead the Blazers 52-44 at halftime. Before I dive into the box score here for a second, one other note from the first half that was really impressive was Anthony Simons' defense in the post, especially against Kawhi Leonard. There was a very specific play. I think it was the last of a sequence of plays with the Clippers trying to back Ant down into the paint where he stood his ground. Kawhi couldn't get much room into the paint, and then he missed the shot afterwards. And then after an offensive rebound on that same play, Simons was able to rotate back to the three-point line, contest a shot that forced a pass. A really, really good defensive sequence from Simons, someone who we had heard a lot about at the end of last year and during this offseason in terms of his improvement on the defensive side of the ball, but seeing it right there against one of the best offensive players, even though we haven't seen him in a couple of years, and Kawhi Leonard was quite impressive. Leading the way for the Blazers, points-wise, in the first half would be Damian Lillard with 10. He was just 3 of 9 from the floor and 2 of 6 from 3, but a little rusty coming back from missing some time, and that's okay. Jeremy Grant, who I talked about last segment, who's playing very, very well, has 9 points, 3 boards, and assists, a steal, and 2 blocks all over the place for him. Nurk also has 9 points. He's 3 of 7 from the floor. He's taken 2 threes so far today. Had a really nice finish at the basket, but then also had a couple of missed layups or contested layups as well that lowered his percentage at this point. The Blazers shooting just 35% from the floor. Anthony Simons struggling the most percentage-wise. He's 2 of 10 for 7 points, has only hit 1 3 so far. And Josh Hart has 7 rebounds in 15 minutes of play, as well as 5 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals in his audition for the 3 role. All right, one more segment to go here on the halftime, and we will get to highlights next. This is the Trailblazers Radio Network.
What does it mean to be better? It's different for everyone. It comes in all sizes, big and small, short and tall, young and younger. Better is a lofty leap, or a baby step, or every step and misstep in between. Better is a challenge to push more than yesterday, more than ever before. Perfectly unique, ever evolving at our own pace, one step at a time. Better is real, especially when we go there together. Be better. Moda Health.
Blazer fans, be a part of the action. The Rose Quarter is now hiring for part-time positions, including security, guest experience, environmental services, concessions, retail, and more. Positions offer discounts on TriMet passes, tickets, concessions, and merchandise, as well as competitive wages. Join the team and help create extraordinary moments through the power of sports and entertainment. Must be 16 or older. Apply now at rosequarter.com/apply.
Welcome back to the McDonald's McDelivery halftime show. Just before we get to the highlights very quickly, and we will hear this highlight, I just want to mention how nice of a play this was, where Jeremy Grant got the block, coming over on the rotation from behind the player, got the rebound, threw it up to Nasir Little, who had the fast break dunk. It was a really, really fun play to watch. And let's get to the Verizon first half highlights, where we will begin with the Moda Health assist of the game.
Past him, steps through, rejected underneath by Jeremy Grant. Bounce past a little to the rim, stuffs it home. It all started with the block by Jeremy Grant, emphatically off the backboard.
That wasn't a block, that was a pancake.
Aim with a jab, step on Paul George, in another. Now he drives, moves it over to Hart, back underneath. Grant throws it down with two hands. Davis straightaway, deep three, and he hits it. That is a beautiful thing to see. Here's Nurkic with the drive, the reverse lay-in. Nurk off the window for the deuce. Here comes Hart with a hop step across center court, slows it down. It was a 3-on-4. Now Grant steps through to the rim and banks it in for two. Here's Josh Hart with the steal. It's a 2-on-3. Pushes, lost it, gives up. Grant down the center of the lane, knocked away, but into the hands of Lillard in the corner. Three-pointer, yes.
52-44, the Clippers lead the Blazers, but plenty of exciting plays in the first half of this first preseason game to wet your whistle for some NBA basketball regular season. All right, coming up, the second half. This is the, Mike Lynch here with you in the Trailblazers Radio Network.
It's time to rep Rip City, Portland.
We are Rip City.
Your chance to get a Trailblazers credit card is here. Brought to you by First Tech, the official credit union of the Portland Trailblazers. Choose a Blazers MasterCard that earns valuable rewards, or just show off your Rip City pride. And with discounts on Blazer tickets and merch, having a Trailblazers credit card in your wallet is a slam dunk. Apply today at firsttechfed.com/BlazersCard. Federally insured by NCUA.
Rip City, the excitement of the 2022-23 season continues to build, and now is the time to become a Trailblazers season ticket holder.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Get the best seats, best value, and best benefits with flexible payment options. Plus, we have the most flexible season ticket packages around. Not able to attend every game? No problem. Trade your seats for a different game and bring your friends.
This is awesome.
Call 844-RIP-CITY for details or visit trailblazers.com/season tickets.
Gotta love this game.
For the thoughtful gift giver inside of you, Celebrations Passport from the 1-800-Flowers family of brands gives you access to unique gifts, exclusive perks, and more. With free shipping on thousands of amazing gifts, it's easy to say, I miss you, congratulations, or happy birthday. The more gifts you give, the more rewards you earn. Giving is easy with free shipping and perks from Celebrations Passport. Learn more at 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart.
All the good stuff. Yeah. Camps keeps you on top of pop culture.
Netflix is skipping over Halloween and will drop its new Addams Family sequel series Wednesday during the week of Thanksgiving. Kind of a shock to me. Tim Burton and the creators of Smallville are behind the live-action show, which stars Jenna Ortega as a teenaged Wednesday Addams in what's described as a supernatural-infused comic mystery. Christina Ricci, who played Wednesday in the 1990s live-action movies, returns as a new character, while Catherine Zeta-Jones and Luis Guzman are on board to play Morticia and Gomez Addams. Wednesday will drop on, appropriately enough, Wednesday, November 23rd on Netflix.
All right.
And that's what's poppin'. I'm Camps on iHeartRadio.
All right, welcome back into the Trailblazers studios here. Mike Lynch here with you as we are awaiting the second half to start up in Seattle at Climate Pledge Arena between the Clippers and the Blazers. Clippers have a 52-44 halftime lead, but the Blazers have had some positive things going on so far. Like I mentioned in the halftime show, Damian Lillard, 10 points in 17 minutes, and actually a lot of action for the starters in the first half, maybe a little bit more than I was expecting to see. But Lillard played 17 minutes. You had Jeremy Grant play the most so far with 18. Every starter had 15 plus. Keon Johnson, actually the first guy off the bench, which I thought was also a little interesting wrinkle to this game. There's been some positivity around Keon Johnson in training camp so far. Damian Lillard singled him out individually and about how he was playing in Santa Barbara. And it was interesting to see him come first off the bench. He didn't have a massive impact on the game, but he had 10 minutes out there and he was +3 in his minutes. Also, the first time we got to see Shaedon Sharpe, again, not very impactful, kind of like Keon Johnson, where he only played 5 minutes, didn't take any shots, had a little bit of floatiness to the game. And also, I don't know if the Blazers were necessarily looking for him to shoot the ball once he was on the court, but it was good to see him get some real game minutes. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more of him in the second half. All right, it is time for the second half. Here is Travis Demers and Michael Holton with the call.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Getting set for the second half here in Seattle. The Blazers trailing the Clippers 52-44. As we get set for second half action, Michael, what stood out to you in the first half?
The Blazers missing makeable shots.
Yeah.
I thought that was the difference. The intensity of both teams, particularly in the first quarter, certainly didn't reflect a first preseason game where you expect turnovers from both teams and the ball to be bouncing all over the place.
Damian Lillard hadn't played since New Year's Eve last year. Your early impressions of his first game back?
I thought he looked good. He moved well. His timing, though, in terms of knocking down shots, you can tell wasn't quite there yet.
For the Clippers, we've gotten word that Terrence Mann was a late scratch for this game. And Luke Kennard has left with an ankle injury. He will not return. Blazers have it from left to right to start the third quarter. Anthony Simons on the ball over to Damian Lillard. Head fake, Amir Coffey defending him. Screen comes from Nurkic to the right, goes that way. Now he drives and kicks to the corner for Hart. Head fake, gets underneath to Nurk, scoops it over to Jeremy Grant, loses a handle on it, and it's picked up by Coffey. They'll bring it back the other way. Blazers have their starting five on the floor with Lillard, Simons, Hart, Grant, and Nurkic. Here's the drive from Norman Powell, kicks it out to Robert Covington. He is fouled on the three by Jeremy Grant. He missed the shot.
I thought that was the hand clap, Travis.
I thought it was too.
Could you explain what the hand clap is?
Yeah, basically, if you're a defender and you're defending a three-point shot, you miss the block, but basically you give the shooter a high five and the follow-through. That is not a foul in the NBA.
Well, I certainly thought that play reflected that description.
The Clippers do not have any of their starters on the floor. Robert Covington makes the first free throw. Norman Powell out there as well, along with Xavier Moon for the first time tonight. Amir Coffey for the first time tonight, and Moses Brown. Covington's second free throw is good. He'll get one more after being fouled on the three-point shot by Jeremy Grant. What have you seen from Grant's impact on the defensive end?
His length really interrupts passing angles and changes shots at the rim.
Covington makes all three free throws. And it's 55-44. The Blazers had cut it to 5 after trailing by as many as 14. There's a pass that gets deflected by Covington, but into the hands of Grant. Loses a handle on it, gets it back, picks up his dribble. Gets to Dame, crosses over top of the key. Has it in front of Coffey, drives, scoops to Nurk, puts it on the floor. Lost a handle on it. It's picked up by Brown. There were whistles all over the place. And I don't know what to call it. It looks like a foul on Nurkic. It is indeed a foul on Nurkic.
Dame got ran off the three-point line and really hit a quick pocket pass to Nurk that Nurk just wasn't able to handle.
55-44 LA. I'd imagine the starters' night is over. They only have 2 preseason games left after tonight, and their starters did not play in their first preseason game. Here's Powell for 3. That's no good. Cal now 0 for 8 in the game and 0 for 4 from 3. Hart, cross-court pass to Grant, drives, kicks it out, but Powell was there for the steal. It's a 2-on-4. He slows it down, waiting for reinforcements. Cross-court pass to Covington, 3 over Hart. That's no good. And the ball is tipped by Dame into the hands of Nurk. He gives it right back to Dame. Blazers down 11. 95 seconds gone by in the period. Dame straight away, deep 3. Got it. Dame's got 13 to lead the Blazers, the only player on the team in double figures. That is his third made 3 of the night. 4 for 10 in the game, 3 for 7 from distance. 55-47. Moses Brown up top, dribbles right, hands it off in traffic to Covington. He's double teamed. Dame tries to rip the ball out of his hands, and a jump ball is called. Covington gives his former teammate a smile.
I think that possession really speaks to the improved defense. The intensity, the right position, and then the strength of Damian Lillard to tie up Robert Covington.
Rocco at 6'7" against Dame at 6'3". Ball is tipped into the hands of Moses Brown. Nearly went out of bounds. Saved by Coffey. All the way to the far side of the floor. Picked up by Powell. A long three that beats the shot clock is no good. Nurk can't grab the rebound, but it goes to Hart. Now here's Dame the other way with a hesitation. Crossover drive knocked out of his hands by Covington off his hip. Picked up by Brown. Now Powell scoops it over. Gives it to Moon. Up off the glass. No good. Grant the rebound. Powell is still on the floor. He's okay, but it's a 5-on-4 for the Blazers. Hart into the corner to Grant. Back to Hart. Has it in front of Moon. Now underneath to Nurkic, and he's fouled from behind by Moses Brown. Moses Brown began his career with the Trailblazers as a two-way player and has been very well traveled since.
Yeah, but I mean, he's really getting better.
Yeah.
At each stop. I watched the Clippers' first exhibition game, and he was very impressive.
Oklahoma City, Boston, Dallas. Here is Nurk to the rim. Stops, waits, slams it down, right hand.
Moses Brown, you've been posterized.
6-point game, Blazers trail, 55-49. Nurk now with 11 to go along with 8 rebounds in 18 minutes. Here's Moon, head fake, now up top to Powell. Drives, runs it in Nurk, gets the foul call and the 2. Blazers tried to collapse with a double team, but Nurk got the contact.
Norman Powell does that so well, takes the contact, and he's got the contact concentration to finish.
That is his first points of the night after starting 0 of 9 from the floor. And one opportunity is good. 58-49, 9-point game. 9 minutes to play third quarter. Dame up top. He drives, goes to the rim, switches to the right hand, banks it in, and the foul.
Damian Lillard's explosion from the three-point line to the rim with Moses Brown on his back.
Moses Brown picks up his third personal. And Damian Lillard will go to the line. He's got a game-high 15 points. Looking for number 16 here. It's 58-52, Clippers by 6. Xavier Moon running the offense here for LA. Gives to Powell. Powell top of the key. Holds the ball back and forth in front of Nurk. Now he drives into the paint. Throws it underneath to Brown, and he is fouled from behind by Grant. That is the fourth team foul. So it'll be a side out here for the Clippers.
Shows you how long Moses Brown is. Jeremy Grant couldn't get around him.
There's a three from Covington from the wing. That's no good. Brown knocks it out of bounds. He tried to go for the tip. I'm not sure where he's trying to tip it to, but he tipped it out of bounds. The Blazers get it back down 6. 8:32 and counting in the third quarter. Lillard on the wing, up top, gives it to Nurk, gets it back, goes left, Coffey stays with him. Here now Simons behind the back, pass to Grant, gives it up, his pass is deflected away, now to Hart, back to Grant, open 3 on the way, got it! Jeremy Grant makes it a 3-point game, 58-55. Blazers have trailed by as many as 14 and have cut it to 1 possession. Moon up top, now Covington's got it. Swoops it over to Powell, double team, Blazers in his zone defensively. Pass underneath to Brown. Goes up left hand. Nobody's fouled. 11-2 Trailblazers run as they've cut it to 3. And Moses Brown will head to the free throw line.
It's amazing when you start making shots, you get the added benefit of setting your defense. And now the Clippers are not able to move the ball as freely as they were earlier in the night.
Brown's first free throw is no good. Last year shot 60% from the line, 43 of 72 in 40 games. Had a couple of 10-day contracts with the Cavaliers last year as well, before signing a training camp deal here with the Clippers. Splits the free throws, 59-55 LA. Simons running the offense. Good to Grant. Now back to Simons. 3 behind his screen is off the mark. But Hart gets the offensive rebound. He's going to be called for a foul. And that'll be free throws for LA.
Anthony Simons continues to struggle from the field.
If you've never been to Climate Pledge Arena since it's been renovated and have not seen what the floor looks like, it's pretty simple in terms of the colors. Standard wood color, a little darker inside the three-point line. It says Seattle in green on both baselines. First free throw is no good. And then each sideline has a skyline where you can see the Space Needle and the skyline of Seattle along with Mount Rainier.
Travis, you said renovated. What was it before?
Before it was Climate Pledge Arena?
Yes.
It was Key Arena.
This is that?
Yes. This is the same place.
Wow.
Yeah. There's another whistle on the floor. The only reason that anybody would know is being outside. Because inside, I mean, they gutted the entire place and started from scratch.
I didn't recognize it.
Yeah. What Tara, our engineer, was it $1.2 billion you said it was to redo? Yeah. $1.2 billion is not a renovation. They just redid the whole thing.
That's a lot of cheese.
Yeah. Here's Damian Lillard with the ball between the rings. Gets to the elbow and backs it up with 5 to shoot. Gets a screen from Eubanks up top. Straightaway 3. It is halfway down and out. Rebound Powell. Blazers trail by 4, 7:13 to play in the second quarter. Powell gets a screen. Eubanks defends him, picks up his dribble, swings it right, nearly stolen away by Hart, but it gets to Covington now underneath, and now it's stolen by Grant. Pushes the other way. Lead bounce pass to Dame through his hands and out of bounds.
I'm enjoying watching all of the fast breaks. You know, because a season ago there would have been a take foul right there.
Yes. I would imagine as time goes on, these things will get a little more fluid.
Yeah. Guys aren't running for the three-point line either. They're running for layups.
Yeah. Moon defended by Simons. Gets a screen. Eubanks with the switch. Crossover, pulls up from 16. It's good. 61-55 LA. 6:35 to play third quarter. Here's Grant with the drive on Brown, and he's going to be fouled. Brown will pick up his 4th. So free throws coming for Jeremy Grant and a timeout on the floor. 61-55. Blazers trailing the Clippers here in Seattle on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
These days, seems anyone with a website can sell you a new car. But your Northwest Ford dealers know there's more to it. More service than selling. More helping hand than just handshakes. More confidence than computer clicks. And for decades, we've been a friend in the neighborhood. So whether you need help today or tomorrow, we'll be there. We're your Northwest Ford dealers. Stop by today or visit buyfordnow.com.
Save on Rose Quarter tickets when you bring a group of friends, family members, or employees to your favorite shows. Everything from the family fun of Disney on Ice and Harlem Globetrotters to the action of Monster Jam and WWE. Rose Quarter has entertainment for everyone. Don't miss your chance to create extraordinary moments and get discounted tickets. For more information and to see available events, visit rosequarter.com/groups.
In Oregon, 1 in 5 people live with food insecurity. That's why Sysco Food Services of Portland has teamed up with the Trailblazers, Levy Restaurants, and Urban Gleaners to reduce food waste and alleviate hunger in our region. Thousands of pounds of surplus food is picked up after each Rose Quarter event by Urban Gleaners, a local nonprofit who packages and distributes the food to families in need. To volunteer or make a donation to Urban Gleaners, visit trailblazers.com/food. Learn more about Sysco's hunger relief efforts at sysco.com.
Rip City, the excitement of the upcoming season continues to build, and now is the time to be a Trailblazers season ticket holder. Get the best seats, best value, and best benefits with flexible payment options. Call 844-RIP-CITY for details or visit trailblazers.com/season tickets now. Blazers trailing the Clippers 61-55, 6:32 to play in the third quarter here in Seattle. Jeremy Grant's going to have a couple of free throws here in just a moment. But, Michael, we've talked about the fast breaks and the things we've seen tonight. I got to call it. That's George Karl.
Wow.
And he's getting a standing ovation here. George Karl.
Heck of a coach.
Yeah. Led the Sonics to the 1996 NBA Finals.
Yeah, North Carolina product.
He is getting a big-time ovation here. We're seeing some slight miscommunications on some of those fast breaks, but that's going to come with time.
Yeah, I mean, a volume of fast breaks is new or renewed to the NBA. But I'm seeing a couple things in transition, though, offensively. And I already commented that guys aren't running for the three-point line. They're running for layups, which is really the way fast breaks should be run. The Blazers had a lot of drills in camp, transition drills that were all for layups.
Jeremy Grant's first free throw is good. He's got 13 points. Second leading scorer in this game. 4 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 2 from 3. 4 rebounds and assists, and 2 blocks. Free throw is good. He hits them both. And do you hear what they're saying in here?
No.
Supersonics.
Oh, no. That doesn't feel respectful to either team on the floor.
It's a preseason game. I don't see anything wrong with that. Here's the drive from Boston. The scoop over to Powell. And a foul is going to be called on Powell as he didn't see Josh Hart behind him and swung his arms to gather for the layup and got Josh Hart in the face with his elbow.
That hurts.
It does.
And Josh Hart drew that foul with his face because he didn't give up on the play.
That's right. So the Blazers have it back down by 4. But you think about it, we're in Seattle. There hasn't been an NBA game in Seattle in a very long time. And you see tons of Sonics jerseys and Sonics gear around here.
No, it's understandable.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean that it was disrespectful to the team.
And you think of all the Sonics historical personnel that have been honored here tonight. Dirk in the paint, right hand, floats it through over Musa Diabate, the rookie out of Michigan. 2-point game, 61-59. Keon Johnson is out on the floor right now for Anthony Simons, who just came out, but Simons going to make his way back to the scorer's table. There is a whistle, and another offensive foul is going to be called. And that one's going to be called on Diabate.
For rolling into the defender that was trying to go underneath to guard the ball handler. That's a trick that bigs do that the officials have caught on to.
So Dame and Nurk are going to come out. Eubanks and Simons will come in. 15-6 Blazers run over the last 4.5 minutes, and they've pulled it within 2. They've never led in this game. Josh Hart on the wing. Defended very tightly by Moon. Rolls it to Eubanks. The pass is deflected, but into the hands of Grant. Gets into the paint. Out to Hart. 3-pointer for the lead. No good. It was short. Rebound is picked up by Powell. He will push back the other way. In transition, finds Coffey. Rotates to the corner. Here's Boston. Pulls up. No good. Rebound Eubanks. Leads the pass up to Johnson. Nearly fouled, but he's able to get past Boston. Runs right into Coffey. Gets the foul and the 2. We are tied at 61, and Keon Johnson will have an opportunity to give the Blazers their first lead of the game.
Running the floor for layups.
Johnson's first points of the night.
Keon Johnson showed you his ability to read and react. He changed pace. He changed direction, took the contact, and finished.
Free throw is good, and for the first time tonight, the Blazers have the lead, 62-61. After trailing by as many as 14, they've come all the way back. Moon brings it up, finds Powell, Defended by Eubanks. Right-hand dribble. 17-foot jumper on the way is around and out. Rebound underneath by Diabate. Spin block from behind by Grant. His third block of the game. Simons keeps it from going out of bounds, and now Hart will come back the other way. Hard on the wing. There is a whistle away from the ball. That's going to be on Norman Powell. As the former Blazers number 24 fouled the current Blazers number 24, Drew Eubanks.
And Drew Eubanks ran the floor for the rim and then fought for the low post, forcing Norman Powell to get physical and foul.
Free throws the rest of the way of the period for both teams. So Eubanks will go to the line here for 2.
You know, whenever you run for the rim in transition, you flatten the defense.
First free throw, no good. Rookie Lucas Williamson will check in for the first time tonight from Loyola, Chicago. Second free throw was good. Eubanks shot 76% from the line last year. Split those two, and it's 63-61 Trailblazers. Moon on the near side in front of Hart. Screen comes. Now he gives it up to Diabate. He's got long arms and some size. Now finds Boston. Hart defends him. Up top to Coffey. Jab step left. Now drives right. Falls to the floor. And a foul is going to be called on Jeremy Grant for trying to rip the ball out of the hands of Coffey. It looked like he took a few steps before he fell to the floor.
Yeah, that play could have been called a number of things. A travel, a jump ball, and then the third option in the worst of the Blazers is a foul.
Chauncey Billups did not like that call. He's going to send Amir Coffey to the free throw line.
I wonder if there's an unwritten rule in preseason games to not challenge.
No, we've seen it in preseason games. Maybe when it was the first thing to get used to it. But maybe it's everybody knows how to use it now. Coffey splits the free throws, the fourth-year pro out of Minnesota. And it's 63-62 Blazers. Simons will bring it up. Finds Grant. A double team now over to Simons in the near corner. Defended by Boston. Screen comes. He throws up a prayer of a 3. Missed it. There was a whistle. Are they going to give him the shot? Is it 2 free throws or 3?
I thought it was the swing through.
I can't see that well from up here.
He's going to get in the act of shooting 2 free throws.
Okay, so he was inside the line. The first free throw was good. That front row of seats kind of cuts off a little bit of that corner from our view.
You see the guy in the green that just sat down in the front row? You know who he is?
In the green.
Right by half court. Macklemore, man. Come on, I tried to tee you up.
Oh, because I don't know where you were pointing. I was looking down over there by the baseline. I know who Macklemore is.
Oh, man, we got some work to do.
After the free throws, it's 65-62. I don't appreciate your tone. It's a three-pointer from Moon, no good. Hart will push back the other way. Floats underneath for Eubanks, double team, kicks out to Johnson, out to Simons for 3. It's a rounded out, and the rebound picked up by Diabate. He has got some length. Diabate up top, looks left, now starts to dribble. Defended by Eubanks. Holds on to the ball and now finds Boston. He dribbles right. Tries to split the defense, steps through, stops, runs it up, it's good.
Good stop and pop by Boston.
Boston, 20 years old. Second-year pro out of Kentucky. 65-64 Blazers, 3:07 to play in the third. Johnson to Simon. Simon's the crossover drive down the middle. Now back out to Johnson. He raises for 3 and buries it. Keon Johnson, 34% three-point shooter in his rookie year, hits that one. The Blazers have their largest lead of the game of 4. Sierra Little getting set to check back in as Moon dribbles to the right. And there is a whistle. And a timeout on the floor. There was a foul on the Trailblazers. So free throws when we come back. The Blazers leading at 68-64, 2:45 to play in the third on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
I do want to win, and I believe that, that's the direction that we're going in. I do know that I'm going to be going into this next season more clear and fresh than I have since I first came in the league.
Rip City, the next chapter starts now. Your Portland Trailblazers season is around the corner, and tickets are on sale now. Join the best fans in the NBA for the biggest games all season long. For official Trailblazers tickets, visit trailblazers.com.
Rip City has a new way to watch the Portland Trailblazers at home in 4K, crystal clear picture quality. It's like bringing your living room couch courtside at Moda Center. Evoca TV is the official next-gen partner of the Portland Trailblazers, bringing you more sports on TV for less. For just $25 a month, you get all the live regional sports you love with Root Sports, plus dedicated channels for Portland teams like the Winterhawks, Thorns, and more. Sign up now to get $10 off your first 3 months. Go to evoca.tv/PDX10.
This fall, Portland becomes the epicenter of college basketball as the nation's top talent gathers for Phil Knight Invitational, hosted by ESPN. A weekend of elite men's and women's basketball honoring Phil Knight. Men's teams include Alabama, Iowa State, Michigan State, North Carolina, Oregon, Portland, UConn, and Villanova. Women's teams include Iowa State, Michigan State, North Carolina, and Oregon. Phil Knight Invitational tips off November 24. For details, visit rosequarter.com/hoops.
620 Rip City Radio, KPOJ, Portland, an iHeart radio station.
Don't miss this year's Trailblazers Fan Fest presented by Daimler Truck North America. This free event is your chance to see your new-look Trailblazers team as they play an intra-squad scrimmage with lots of fun for the whole family. Visit trailblazers.com/fanfest to secure your free ticket today. Blazers in front by 4, 68-64. Keon Johnson putting the Blazers ahead a moment ago. And Keon Johnson is fascinating to me, Michael, because I think a lot of people look at him like a throw-in because they haven't seen him much. But there is a ton of talent there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he can make shots. He guards. He's a good on-ball defender. He's very athletic.
By the way, if you're wondering who that loud ovation is for, that is not for a former Sonic, but it is for a former Blazer, Jamal Crawford.
And a former Clipper.
Yes.
Jamal Crawford.
I wasn't really paying attention to that.
And he had a chance to be a UCLA guy, but he told us no and went to Michigan.
By us, are you saying you?
Yeah, kind of.
Were you at UCLA at the time?
I was recruiting Jamal Crawford, but Baron Davis would not make it publicly known that he was coming out early, and Jamal Crawford didn't want to come if Baron was there.
Okay. Lucas Williamson, the rookie out of Loyola Chicago, makes the free throw. He makes both of them. He did not score in 13 minutes against Maccabi Ra'anana on Friday night. His first preseason points as a pro. Keon Johnson fakes right, dribbles left, drive straight to the rim, no good, but Justice Winslow there for the tip and two. Blazers back in front by 4, 70-66. Boston running the offense here for LA. Eubanks is out on him. Hesitation, and again, free throw line jumper bounces a couple of times, no good, and Nasir Little with the rebound. Still trying to get used to Nasir Little wearing number 10. Here's Winslow with the drive, kicks to the corner. Nas, three-pointer. No good, short. Gets his own rebound, and a foul is going to be called on Little as he ran over Diabate.
But he got to the ball first.
That's what I saw.
The first one to the ball gets the benefit of the doubt.
Allegedly. So that means more free throws for the Clippers. The Blazers have played 10 players in tonight's game. The Clippers have played 16.
The Clippers starters took showers at halftime.
They did.
That's a new thing.
First free throw from Xavier Moon is good. We're going to see Brandon Williams for the first time tonight. Williams, the only player who is signed to a two-way contract for the Trailblazers. There is one free spot, I should say open spot. Moon hits both free throws. The Clippers also have one two-way player under contract, and that's Diabate. 70-68 Blazers. Here's Johnson, gives it up to Winslow, has his shot rejected underneath, but it's a goal to hit the backboard first. And Diabate will Give the Blazers 2 points with that swat.
Good read by Keon Johnson to put the ball on the deck, break the play, to make a play.
1:47 to play here in the third. Blazers lead by 4. Here's Boston. Fed a tight lead by Winslow. Now over to Moon. Drives right in lane. Takes it to the rim. High off the glass. No good. And a whistle underneath. And I think it's going to be on the rebound on somebody on the Clippers. I'm not sure. Whoever it was is significantly shorter than Drew Eubanks because he was blocking the view of who that was. And let's get that. Maybe not. It's on Diabate. Diabate is 6'11".
Came over the back.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yep. Second personal on Diabate. And here's Eubanks back at the free throw line. Free throw was good. Eubanks is really the most consistent player for the Blazers post All-Star break. They signed him to a 10-day contract after the All-Star break when Nurk was unable to play the rest of the season. And he started every single game the rest of the way except for the regular season finale, which he was injured for.
And he really was a reliable player.
Yeah. After the free throws, it's 74-68 Trailblazers. Nearly went out of bounds, but it was saved along the far side by Williamson. Here's a deep three from Moon. He banked it in to beat the shot clock.
Come on, man.
74-71. Eubanks looks left and gives it to Williams. Now to Johnson, back to Winslow. Now looks for Johnson, cutting the reverse, and he puts it in off the glass for a pair. 76-71.
Showing you that athleticism hanging in the air for the reverse layup.
Here's Boston. Tries to split the defense again. There is a whistle, and a travel is called on Boston. Now we see Brandon Williams now. I don't know how much we're going to see of him this year, but after being signed to a two-way contract with about 25 games or so left in the season, again, post-All-Star break, he was basically the starting point guard.
Yeah, he had a long runway. He had a lot of opportunity, and he made the most of it.
He did. He had that stretch where he had 20-plus in 7 straight games. Here's the drive. Has it knocked out of his hands and picked up by Williamson. Now Moon the other way. The lead pass is tipped and stolen by Johnson. Gives it to Little, a 2-on-1. Little steps through. Right-hand floater, no. And a foul is called. It was a late whistle, but that will send Nasir Little to the line for 2. The foul was on Williamson.
Blazers continuing to attack the rim in transition.
I've been trying to pin down Nas over the last couple of days because I want to know if after, obviously, Jeremy Grant, who was worn number 9 his whole career, most of it. Number one, why both free throws were good. Why did Little choose 10? But more importantly, what did Jeremy Grant have to do to pay off Nas to get number 9?
Ask for it.
I doubt that.
I can tell you the conversation was something like this. Hey, young fella, you not really think you're going to keep that 9, are you?
Moon slips, loses the ball, but is able to pick it back up and has deflected out of bounds by Williams. We see that stuff all the time, though, where, they'll buy, a case of something.
Yeah, I never had a player ask me for my number.
There's a shot clock violation as Moon couldn't get rid of the ball in time.
But they could have had it.
Everything has a price. 2:27 to play. The clock is still running even though the timeout's been called. 78-71. Somebody's going to have to stop the clock. Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here with the Blazers leading this game by 7. And with the Clippers pulling their starters at halftime and the Blazers keeping their core unit in for the first 8 minutes or so of the third quarter, and now still playing most of the rotation guys, you would expect there to be a run. But to have a 21-point run and now have a 7-point lead has been impressive.
Oh, it's been very impressive. I mean, the Blazers have done a good job defensively that has set the stage for offense with pace and particularly transition opportunities.
What I really want to know, though, is why you have not joined the rest of Climate Pledge Arena in singing Backstreet Boys. So the words are up there for you.
The Backstreet Boys, I mean, they're a nice group, right? They're no Macklemore.
My wife went to Backstreet Boys concert at Moda a month ago, and she had this T-shirt, and it said, "I was supposed to marry a Backstreet Boy."
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
This is impressive, though.
It is.
Everybody's got the cell phones on and the lights, and I'm glad you told me whose song it was. I would not have known.
Yeah.
You know, we got director of broadcasting Jeff Curtin. His phone is on.
Yeah.
The light is on, and you know he's karaoke-ing. How do you say that?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's it. But, by the way, I have to put this out there because I was asked for a very special shout out by name in the broadcast tonight. And this person said that it would give them a lot of street cred if we shouted them out. And it was a picture of this person in a Flint Tropics jersey and one John LaCrofka listening to the game tonight.
I'm not shouting out John LaCrofka.
Well, I just did. So Big John. No. You know what? He is a very loyal listener. Now, obviously, he does work for Blazers Broadcasting, but he is a loyal listener of our radio broadcast.
And he's a big Blazer fan.
Oh, of course he is. But I think I can't remember if I told him I'd give him a shout out or not.
Well, you just did, and then
did.
I said I wasn't gonna. So now when I see him, you know, we'll have a conversation.
Yeah. So now that it's done, don't ask again and stop begging, right? Okay. All right. We're looking forward to seeing Big John next week on the road trip down to. Oh, I think he'll be there for the Golden State game, which will be on Root Sports. Tomorrow night's game against the Utah Jazz will as well, which you can hear all the preseason games here on the Blazers Radio Network. Back to live action now after the timeout. 78-71 Trailblazers. Here is a drive and a block by Greg Brown III, but is picked up by LA. Boston was on the block. Boston on the shot attempt. GB3 picks up the block. Here's the Abate to the rim. Missed it. Loose ball. Brown's got it. Coming back the other way. And a foul is called in the backcourt. No way. Called a travel on Greg Brown III. Here's Williamson on the wing for LA. He dribbles and drives, pulls up, left-hand jumper is good. And it's 78-73. "45 seconds into the fourth quarter. Winslow has it between the circles. He dribbles left. Now he drives and kicks to the corner. A little lost a handle on as he gets it to Brown. Drives to the rim. It is good and a foul. Greg Brown III will go to the line.
When you get that ball movement, that rapid pass, the closeout can't get to the proper defensive stance, and Greg Brown put it on the deck for the straight line drive and one opportunity.
So Brown will get the free throw attempt here. Shot just under 70% from the line last year. And the free throw is good. The Blazers lead it by 8 after the three-point conversion there by Greg Brown III. There's Coffee on the far side. Free throw line extended now to Moon. He drives, finds the Abate, who gets the right-hand slam. 81-75 Blazers. Williams finds Johnson. Back to Williams. Back up top. Nearly has the pass stolen. But now Johnson drives. Goes left hand. No good. And the rebound is picked up by Boston. Long lead out pass to Coffee on the other side. Crossover. Drive. Left hand. No. But a foul.
The Clippers were able to play ahead of the defense getting set on that possession. Coffee saw that. Put the ball on the deck.
Shaden Sharp getting set to check back in for the Blazers. Played 5 minutes in the first half. And the free throw from Coffee is no good. Clippers tonight, 19 of 25 from the line, while the Blazers are 24 of 30. Johnson comes out, Sharp comes back in. Free throw is good. It is 81-76. Winslow bounced past a little on the wing. Now finds Brown. Might have got away with a travel there. Now he gives it up to Little. To Diabate. Back to Williams and now to Little. 7 to shoot. Crosses over. Here's Nas. Drives. Stops. Right hand floater. No. Might have been deflected. Diabate comes away with it. Leads the pass to Moon. Left hand now to Coffee. Finds Boston in the corner. Gets into the paint. Stops. Kicks to the wing. Williamson 3 is good. Williamson, again, the rookie, shot almost 40% last year in the Missouri Valley Conference with Loyola. 81-79, a 2-point game. Brown holds onto it with his back to Moon. Can't dribble, knocked out of his head. Williams has it near center court, 7 to shoot. Now down to 6. Left hand steps back, 3-pointer, high arcing shot, no good, short, rebound Moon. Clippers can tie with a 2 or take a lead to the 3. Underneath, knocked away by Brown, and a foul is called.
Clippers tried to post the ball, and Greg Brown, the third, got that hand out in the passing lane, but he had the other arm wrapped around the waist.
Here's Boston for 3. That's no good. Diabate grabs the rebound in front of Nasir Little. They get it out to Coffee. Drives, left hand, scoops, makes it in. Tie game. We are even at 81 with 8:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Williams crosses over. He drives, and it's going to be fouled. Throws up a prayer at the end. Shot was no good, but Williams get a couple of free throws.
The last couple of possessions, the Blazers have played against a set Clipper defense. And you got to have some off-the-ball movement to loosen up to help defenders to create gaps for dribble penetration.
Clippers have scored 8 in a row to tie the game. Timeout on the floor will do the same, even at 81, 8:39 to play in the fourth on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
I like to think of myself as a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes, please.
Gotcha.
But these days, I'm less confident in the economy.
Same here, buddy.
Thankfully, Les Schwab Tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets. Time to turn, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
There's no roadmap, no single path, and no finish line.
Lead scoops and scores. He's done it again.
I've learned a few things on my journey to be better. My journey won't look like yours. It won't be perfect. You'll be unsure at times, and that's okay. What's most important is that you start anywhere. Be better. Motor Health.
8:39 to play fourth quarter. Blazers and Clippers all even at 81 at Climate Pledge Arena here in Seattle. Art directed by our very own 6-time All-Star Damian Lillard. The Portland Trailblazers Statement Edition is inspired by the players' team-first mindset and is designed to make a bold statement on the hardwood. Access yours today at RipCityClothing.com. Clippers have scored the last 8 points in this game, Michael, to even this thing up at 81. We're seeing more young players out there as both teams have gone a little bit deeper into the rotation, into the bench.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers have executed better in terms of moving the ball and moving bodies than the Blazers have. The Blazers are playing against that set Clipper defense and getting a little bit stagnant.
We haven't seen a whole lot of Shaden Sharp tonight. Just 6 minutes. Has not taken a shot. Has not registered anything on the stat sheet yet. That will obviously change eventually. But do you have any thoughts at all? Is he just kind of getting his feet wet out there?
Oh, I think it's getting your feet wet. I mean, these are his first NBA minutes. He didn't play in summer league, so there's a process that we're watching unfold, and it can happen pretty quickly. If he gets the ball and gets an opportunity or two, he's so athletic that I think he can get the cobwebs off in a hurry.
We're going to see Jabari Walker for the first time. Another rookie, second-round draft pick, signed to a full NBA contract after a very impressive summer league, and he very quickly became a fan favorite in summer league, son of former NBA champion Samaki Walker. Williams will run the offense. Winslow, Brown, Sharp, and Walker on the floor for the Trailblazers. Winslow in the low post has it stripped out of his hands, but it rolls all the way out to Williams. 3 to shoot, three-pointer. No good. Winslow tracks down the offensive board. Double teamed in the corner. He's trapped. Gets it out to Williams. Hesitation and drives. Gives it up to Brown. Steps back. Long two. No. Sharp goes for the putback. That's no good. Knocked out of his hands. Diabate comes up with it. And he finds the Williamson. Now Coffee in the corner for 3. Air ball, rebound, Brown.
Boy, the Clippers really didn't execute that fast break well.
Now Brown on the drive. Goes to the rim. No. Sharp with the putback jam, but it was after the whistle.
That's the most impressive miss of the night.
Yeah.
Shaden Sharp caught the miss shot attempt by Greg Brown III and threw it down.
Brown was fouled, so he'll go back to the free throw line. Last year for Greg Brown III, as he misses the first free throw, 41 of his 81 field goals that he made were dunks. 19 were threes. That means he made 20 shots that were not 22-point shots last year that were not dunks.
The analytics say you should be doing that, either dunking or shooting threes.
And that's what he does. 1 of 2 free throws was good. The Blazers back in front 82-81, 7:47 to play in the fourth quarter. Ball was knocked out of bounds by the Blazers, so the Clippers will hold on to it. Here's Moon, lost the handle on the ball, but it goes right into the hands of Boston. Dribbles right and hands it off to Coffee. Now back up top to Moon. To Coffee, 2 to shoot. Jab step, 3 from the wing. Good. Clippers back in front. 84-82. 12th made 3 of the game for LA. 7:23 to play in this game. Here's Winslow on the drive, finds Walker. Cutting, goes to the rim. No good, might have blocked. Gets it back, stripped out of his hands, picked up by Coffee. Comes back the other way, leads the fast break. Out to Boston, fouled hard from behind. That could be on any number of Trailblazers players. Who do they give it to? I think that was on Williams. It was.
Travis, I made a comment earlier about both teams really pushing the ball for layups in transition. And what that play reflected was because of that, all of the Trailblazers ran the middle lane of the court and everybody was in the lane trying to contest the layup.
Boston made the first free throw. Second one is good as well. So the Clippers are in front by 4. Williams will bring it up. From left to right, the Blazers in black, the Clippers in white. Williams hesitation, drives, goes up, no good. Loose on the floor, Winslow has it. It's out of bounds. As Williams was laying out of bounds, I think his leg was in bounds and the ball hit his leg. So that's out of bounds.
Unfortunate bounce for the Blazers.
4-point Clipper lead. Here's Coffee. Now Boston tries to split the defense, stops, turns, fades, no good. Air ball, rebound, Sharp. Comes back the other way with it. Sharp with the hesitation, now slows down, left-hand dribble. Scoops it with the left hand over to Walker, gets into the paint. He pulls up from 10, it's good.
That's a little rookie-to-rookie action right
Yes,
there.
sir.
Shaden Sharp to Jabari Walker.
We'll give Sharp the assist and Walker the 2. Blazers within 2. Diabate with a pretty left hand off the window. 88-84. Clippers in front, approaching the midway mark of the fourth quarter. Winslow finds Sharp cutting, double team, gives it to Williams, corner 3. No good. Rebound Diabate. Rebound number 7 for him. Coffee on the drive, rejected by Winslow into the hands of Brown. Brown will bring it up, slows it down across the timeline. Boston's all over him. Now he bounces over to Winslow. Winslow, crossover, drive, fades from the baseline. It is good. Justice Winslow has been quietly impressive tonight.
He showed veteran poise right there, driving it from the top of the floor.
Playing against his former team, 88-86 LA, 5:27 to play in the fourth. In the corner, Coffee, three-pointer, no good. Rebound Williams. Leads the pass out to Winslow, slows it down, no look pass, but it goes to Sharp, fades away, no. Sharp still looking for his first points. 88-86. Moving on the drive, goes to the corner for Williamson, drives on Sharp, who stays with him. Forced to give it up top. Now Coffee drives, turns around, fades away. It's good and a foul. So the Clippers in front by 4 with 4:56 to play.
Clippers continue to do a good ball, doing a good job getting reversal. We're getting 2 and 3 reversals per possession. And Coffee at that point was able to drive to close out.
The Blazers will be back in action tomorrow night at home against the Utah Jazz. Now they're going to check to see if this is a flagrant foul. Rodney Mott's got the headset on. I haven't seen a replay of it. Rodney Mott's taking a look at it with the headset on.
While that's happening, I'm watching Lenny Wilkins prepare to exit the building and being stopped by all the other dignitaries that really want to acknowledge.
It's going to take him an hour to get out.
Yeah.
So now this says on the score sheet here a challenge, but on the public address, they said they were looking for a flagrant foul. You're looking at here's the drive by Coffee, fades away. Are they looking to see if it's an offensive flagrant foul?
No, I think they're looking to see if Brandon Williams got in the landing area.
Well, they're going to keep it a common foul. Because the view that we just had, the lower half of Coffee's body was cut off by the camera. It was not a timeout. It was just a official review. So the officials are blowing the whistle saying, hey, it's not a timeout. Get back on the floor. And we're going to see Olivier Sarr for the first time tonight for the Trailblazers. We are going to see Jared Roden for the first time tonight. Both of those players on non-guaranteed contracts trying to earn a spot in the NBA.
It's actually a great opportunity for them in a 4-point game with 5 minutes to go to show what they can do.
Now it's a 5-point game as Coffee makes the free throw. Sarr did play in the NBA last year with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Roden is a rookie out of Seton Hall. Here's Sharp on the drive. He's blocked, but a foul is called on Diabate.
Did you ever have a pogo stick as a kid?
I did.
Shaden Sharp is a walking pogo stick.
Yeah, I could never get as high as him, even with a pogo stick. Or trampoline, or stilts.
He's got it.
Pack, yeah. Sharp's first free throw is good. So there's his first preseason NBA point. I really wasn't sure what to make out of him because we really hadn't seen much. He makes both free throws. And watching him in practice in Santa Barbara last week, I mean, there is a lot of skill. He's got handle. Obviously freakishly athletic. Boston on the drive goes for the hammer dunk and missed it. Sarr tried to contest it. I don't know if they did much to contest it. He just missed the dunk. Here's now Moon on the drive. Up and under. Rejected by Shaedon Sharpe. There's that athleticism.
Oh, meet the man. There's a new man. There's a new sheriff in town. Shaedon Sharpe.
Get another look at that. I just want to see how high up he got. Well, they took the replay off the big screen.
Oh, they treated the replay like we were the visiting team.
Well, they kind of are.
I know.
Technically.
About to talk to Jeff Curtin about that. Does the home team get preferential replays?
Boston 3 is good, and the Clippers are back in front by 6. I mean, Sharpe jumped so high that he had to reach down to block that shot. It's stolen and tipped, but right back into the hands of Sarr. Now Walker hands it off, gives it to Williams. Blazers down 6, 4 minutes to play. Sharpe right back up top to Williams, 6 to shoot. Crosses over, has a straightaway, drives, kicks. Walker three-pointer. It is good. Jabari Walker from downtown. It's a 3-point game, 94-91. 3:45 to play fourth quarter. Move between the rings, goes left in front of Sarr, swings it right. They rotate to the corner for Boston, knocked away. It's picked up through the legs of Roden. Here is Williams, down to Sharpe on the drive, stripped out of his hands, and it goes out of bounds. I think everybody in this building was waiting for Sharpe to do something special there, but he never got the chance.
Oh, he would have threw that thing down.
.330 to play fourth quarter, 18 on the shot clock. Roden gets it into Williams, and there is a foul on the inbound pass away from the ball on Walker.
I mean, that's just being a rookie, not knowing when and where you can be physical.
Walker played his college ball at Colorado. Same mellow water as his coach, Chauncey Billups. 3:20 to play fourth quarter. Blazers trail by 3. Boston gives it up to Coffey. Now to Moon. Gets a screen. Swings it all the way around to the corner for Boston for 3, and it's good. Boston now with 10 points. Last year shot just 31% from 3. Tonight he is 2 for 3. Blazers down 6. Sharpe near side. Spins, dribbles, fades from 15, no good. Loose ball grabbed by Boston. They'll bring it back the other way along the near sideline. Looks underneath the Abate, fouled from behind by Roden. And that'll be free throws for LA. Timeout on the floor, we'll do the same. 97-91 Clippers, 2:43 to play in the fourth on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Rip City Clothing Company is the store for your unique Blazer style. Prefer to shop in person? Come on down to the Moda Center store Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Want to explore all we have to offer from the comfort of your couch? Well then, check out ripcityclothing.com. Whether in person or online, you'll find the right gear to rep your home team, including the latest jerseys. So visit ripcityclothing.com today.
Get up, Rip City!
Rip City has a new way to watch the Portland Trailblazers at home in 4K, crystal clear picture quality. It's like bringing your living room couch courtside at Moda Center. Ivanka TV is the official next-gen partner of the Portland Trailblazers, bringing you more sports on TV for less. For just $25 a month, you get all the live regional sports you love with Root Sports, plus dedicated channels for Portland teams like the Winterhawks, Thorns, and more. Sign up now to get $10 off your first 3 months. Go to evoca.tv/PDX10.
Local jobs, local service, local community dedication. When you choose Ford, you're choosing local. That's your Northwest Ford dealers. We're in your town, serving you, your friends, and your neighbors, just like we have for over 100 years. Not everyone can say they're part of the local fabric, but your Northwest Ford dealers can. We're keeping you on the road, and we're keeping it local. Stop by today or visit buyfordnow.com.
620 Rip City Radio, KPOJ Portland, an iHeart radio station.
2:43 to play, fourth quarter, 97-91. The Blazers trailing the Clippers here in here in Seattle. LA with the lead as the Blazers playing their preseason opener. They will play again tomorrow night at Moda Center, while the Clippers, after playing a couple of games here in Seattle, they will head back home, play one game in LA and then one game in El Segundo, California, on the 12th against Denver. Where is that, Mike?
El Segundo. El Segundo.
El Segundo.
It's
right. I don't even know. But how do you say it right?
It's right by LAX, just south of LAX.
Okay. That explains it.
Now, the Lakers practice facility is in El Segundo.
Really? Yeah. That I didn't know. We look at this group that's out there, a very, very young group. Brandon Williams is the most experienced player on the floor for the Trailblazers right now. He's out there with Olivier Sarr and then three rookies. Damian Lillard looks like he's trying to give a ball to somebody. Somebody specific. So, a little kid right there with some sunglasses. But yeah, so you have Brandon Williams out there, Michael, with his 24 career games, has the most experience of anybody in the court for the Blazers right now.
Wow. So the stage is set for Shaedon Sharpe to bring home the dub.
First free throw from Diabate is no good. So Roden the rookie, Sharpe the rookie, Walker the rookie. 24 career games for Brandon Williams and 22 career games for Olivier Sarr. Second free throw is good. It's 98-91, 7-point game. The Clippers have a couple of rookies out there. Diabate, who just split the free throws, and then Williams did. Here's Walker at the free throw line. Looking around. Now he goes. Left goes to the rim. It is good and a foul. Jabari Walker taking it to the rack and getting the and one opportunity.
Jabari Walker isolated at the elbow, and the movement by his teammates took away the help, but he was able to drive it straight line to the rim.
Walker's got 7, trying to add to that right now.
It's one of the things that young players really have to learn quickly is when and where is your opportunity.
Free throw no good. 5-point Clipper lead, 98-93, 2:22 to play in the fourth. Here's the drive, stolen away by Williams. Leads the pass to Roden, a lob to Walker. Waits, goes up, right hand, good. 3-point game, 98-95. Blazers have 9 steals in this game tonight. Under 2 minutes to play. Boston hands it off. Coffey's got it now. Here's Moon, left in front of Sarr. Rotates to the corner. Williamson 3, no good. Diabate the rebound, goes up, no good, he's fouled.
There were 4 Trailblazers around Diamante, and he still got the rebound with that left.
That's right. He is big and he is long. 43rd overall pick out of Michigan, spent 1 year there. Was born in Paris. Moved to the U.S. at age 14 to advance his basketball career. Eventually a 5-star recruit, chose Michigan over Arizona, Kentucky, and Memphis. First free throw is good. $99-95 Clippers in front. Diabate will get one more free throw. Missed it. So a 4-point game as Roden goes up to get the rebound. Williams dribbles in center court. It's a high screen. Goes left. Now finds Walker. Back to Williams, 10 to shoot. He drives. Kicks to the corner. Roden, three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound is grabbed by Sarr. Looks underneath for Roden. Left hand. No. Tapped back into the hands of Boston.
Ooh, missed opportunity.
That was a good offensive board there by Sarr. 1:13 to play. Blazers down 4. They could use a stop here. Boston gets the screen, goes left. Walker picks him up on the switch. He drives, stops, knocked out of his hands by Walker, but in the hands of Diabate. 4 to shoot. Coffee 3 good. That was a big three-pointer there by Amir Coffey. Timeout on the floor, 1:02 to play in the fourth, and it's 102-95. Clippers in front. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
If you're a don't talk to me before I've had my coffee type of person, then go get a refreshingly sweet McCafe iced coffee made with 100% Arabica beans at McDonald's. And I'll wait.
Now, for a limited time, get a sweet and cinnamony pumpkin spice iced coffee. Or keep it classically cool with caramel and French vanilla. Get any size and any flavor for just $2. Only at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Today's hottest artist, Karol G. Strip Love Tour. In concert. October 27th at Moda Center. Get tickets now at KarolGmusic.com. Karol G. Strip Love Tour. Produced by AEG Presents.
Rebounds are important, whether on the court or when bouncing back from an injury. As the Trailblazers team physicians, Rebound Orthopedics and Neurosurgery keeps the Trailblazers performing at their best. This year, Rebound is sponsoring the Rebound and Rip 50K Challenge with the Boys and Girls Clubs. That's right, a chance for you to win $50,000. Just visit reboundmd.com for details and to register today. Rebound Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, the region's most preferred. 1:02 to play in the fourth. The Blazers trailing the Clippers 102-95. Travis Demers and Michael Holton here with you. Mike Wicks back in our Portland Moda Center studios. And that 3 by Amir Coffey a moment ago feels like the clincher.
Yeah, 7-point game, minute 2. Blazers can't come up empty on this possession.
Yep. Williams with a crossover and drive goes up with the right hand and banks it in. The possession took 9 seconds, and they get the 2 points from Williams, who did it all himself. So not quite over just yet. Here's Moon. Hands it off to Boston. He dribbles right, now gives it to Coffey in front of Walker. Now back up top. Moon, 10 to shoot. Crosses, kicks. Jab step from Coffey into the corner. Boston three-pointer. That's no good. Rebound Sharp. 30 seconds left. Blazers have the ball. Sharp will take it across the timeline. Has it on the wing. Hesitation. Steps back. Long 2. No good. Offensive rebound underneath. Roden lost it. Lost the ball into the hands of Diabate. The shot clock is off, and that'll do it. Cross midcourt with 13 seconds left. Xavier Moon holds the ball. Down to 5. The Blazers will concede. And this one is in the books. The Blazers fall to the Clippers 102-97 here in Seattle. First preseason game is over. We've seen a little bit of everyone and everything. The Blazers will return home to face the Jazz tomorrow night. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
This fall, Portland becomes the epicenter of college basketball as the nation's top talent gathers for Phil Knight Legacy, a weekend of elite men's and women's basketball honoring Phil Knight. Men's teams include Duke, Florida, Gonzaga, Oregon State, Portland State, Purdue, West Virginia, and Xavier. Women's teams include Duke, Iowa, Oregon State, and UConn. Phil Knight Legacy tips off November 24th. For details, visit rosequarter.com/hoops.
New construction and business remodeling is great, but leaves a big mess. And job site cleanup is the final touch for any commercial construction or renovation project. When you need to put the finishing touch on newly constructed buildings, call the professionals at Service Master Clean. Service Master Clean has been an industry leader for more than 60 years. From post-construction cleanup to janitorial services, call Service Master Building Services in Portland and Vancouver at 503-298-6145. We're proud to be the green, clean partner of the Portland Trailblazers.
It's never too late to improve your green game with DeSantis Landscapes, the Portland Trailblazers' official landscape provider. DeSantis Landscapes gave our Rose Quarter campus a fresh new look by turning it into an organically maintained, planet-positive open space. Let DeSantis help you see your property in a way that says wow every time you see it. Chances are you've been waiting a long time for a wow-worthy landscape. Why wait longer? Contact DeSantisLandscapes.com, where green is more than the color of your lawn. That's DeSantisLandscapes.com.
Back at Climate Pledge Arena, the Blazers fall to the LA Clippers 102-97. They dropped to 0-1 here in the preseason, while the Clippers are now 2-0. We'll take a timeout. The postgame show is coming up next on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Portland Trailblazers basketball has been brought to you by Moda Health. Health insurance is better with a guide.
Feel the sting. Scorpions. Rock Believer World Tour. Scorpions. October 9th, Moda Center. With special guest, Whitesnake, the Farewell Tour. One venomous night, Scorpions with Whitesnake. Get tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Live Nation.
The ordered one too many deal at McDonald's. But luckily for you,
Whoa, is that McDonald's?
there's always someone around
And you got extras?
to help take it off your plate.
Yeah, I like some.
There's a deal for every helping hand at McDonald's. Now, with the buy one, get one for $1 menu, buy one of your favorites, like the new Bacon McDouble or the classic McChicken, and get another for just $1. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's time to rep Rip City, Portland.
We are Rip City.
Your chance to get a Trailblazers credit card is here. Brought to you by First Tech, the official credit union of the Portland Trailblazers. Choose a Blazers MasterCard that earns valuable rewards, or just show off your Rip City pride. And with discounts on Blazer tickets and merch, having a Trailblazers credit card in your wallet is a slam dunk. Apply today at firsttechfed.com/BlazersCard. Federally insured by NCUA.
Rip City has a new way to watch the Portland Trailblazers at home in 4K, crystal clear picture quality. It's like bringing your living room couch courtside at Moda Center. Evoca TV is the official next-gen partner of the Portland Trailblazers, bringing you more sports on TV for less. For just $25 a month, you get all the live regional sports you love with Root Sports, plus dedicated channels for Portland teams like the Winterhawks, Thorns, and more. Sign up now to get $10 off your first 3 months. Go to evoca.tv/PDX10.
The game may be over, but we're just getting started with game highlights, key stats, and much more on the Trailblazers post-game show.
Back at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, where the Blazers fall to the Clippers 102-97. Travis Demers, Michael Holton here with you. Mike Lynch is back at our Moda Center studios. And Michael, the first time we've obviously seen the Blazers play basketball in a little less than 6 months. Preseason game, totally different environment, a lot of changes, a lot of new things. What do you take away from the 48 minutes that you saw?
Oh, I think we saw 48 minutes of energy and connectivity on the defensive end and physicality. That was good to see.
Obviously, there are going to be a lot of things that we see as works in progress in the preseason, right? So what is the next thing, or what else do you want to see in the preseason?
Shot making.
Really, that helped.
You know, the ball moved and there were opportunities. And, you know, as the preseason progresses, you'll see more rhythm and comfort with shot making.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's game summary brought to you by the McDonald's McDelivery. We will start with the Clippers. From their starters, it was Paul George with 12 points. He also had 7 rebounds. Kawhi Leonard in his first game in over 400 days had 11 points, 4 rebounds. 8 points for Ivica Zubac, 7 points for Reggie Jackson, and 3 for Nick Batum. Off the bench, Amir Coffey had a team-high 15, while Brandon Boston had 10. Just going down the list here, John Wall in his first game in over 500 days, 5 points in 14 minutes. 3 points apiece for Norman Powell and Luke Kennard, but Kennard left the game with an ankle injury. 1 point for Moses Brown, 7 for Xavier Moon. Musa Diabate with 6 points and 11 rebounds. It was a game-high 11 rebounds. Lucas Williamson, 5 points in his NBA preseason debut. The Clippers shot 38%. They were just under 40%, 15 of 38 from 3, 25 of 33 from the free throw line, 44 rebounds, 8 on the offensive glass, 21 assists, and 13 turnovers out of 14 turnovers, leading to 12 Blazers points. For the Blazers tonight, they were led by Damian Lillard, 16 points in 23 minutes, 5 of 13 from the floor, 3 of 8 from 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Jeremy Grant, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocked shots, and an assist, and those blocks were impressive, Michael.
Oh, they were athletic blocks.
Yusuf Nurkic, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 9 points for Anthony Simons, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Josh Hart, 5 points and 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Off the bench, Keon Johnson with 8 points, 6 points for Nasir Little, 3 points, 3 rebounds for Drew Eubanks, 6 points for Justice Winslow, 2 points for Shaden Sharp with 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 incredible block. Brandon Williams with 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Greg Brown III, 4 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. 9 points for Jabari Walker in a very impressive preseason debut for Walker.
You know, I thought he was really comfortable and got himself to spots where he could make shots.
And he played just 8.5 minutes. Olivier Sarr played about 5 minutes, did not score. He did have a rebound. Jared Roden, about 5 minutes. He did not score. He had 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Blazers shot just under 40%, 31 of 78. 29% from 3, 8 of 28. Talk about shots not falling, Michael. 27 of 35 from the free throw line. 46 rebounds, 8 on the offensive glass. They had 16 turnovers, leading to 19 points for the Clippers in a game that took 2 hours and 18 minutes in front of a sellout crowd of 18,440. You're locally owned and operated McDonald's, proud supporters of the Trailblazers. Download the McDonald's app today. So there you go. 1 preseason game in the books. Some great things, some things that clearly need to work on, but one of the things that fans are very much looking forward to are the new guys. Obviously, Shaden Sharp and Jabari Walker, but Jeremy Grant brings something to this team that just haven't had in a while.
No, a versatile defender with length that can guard multiple positions and is athletic.
That's going to wrap things up for us here. The Blazers' president of business operations is Dwayne Hankins. The director of broadcasting, Jeff Curtin. Our on-site engineer today is the legendary Terry Ryan. Studio engineer and network coordinator, the captain, Rich Patterson. And, of course, thank you for listening. Stay tuned now. Mike Lynch has the rest of the post-game show. Then it's the fifth quarter show with Chad Doing on our flagship station, 620 a.m. Rip City Radio in Portland. Our next broadcast tomorrow night as the Blazers will play the Utah Jazz to open the home preseason schedule. Mike will have the pregame show for you at 6 o'clock with tip-off just after 7. Our final score once again, the LA Clippers 102, your Portland Trailblazers 97. From Michael Holton and Mike Lynch, I'm Travis Demers saying so long from Climate Pledge Arena. Let's try that one more time. Climate Pledge Arena on the Portland Trailblazers Radio Network. Good night, everybody.
Rebounds are important, whether on the court or when bouncing back from an injury. As the Trailblazers team physicians, Rebound Orthopedics and Neurosurgery keeps the Trailblazers performing at their best. This year, Rebound is sponsoring the Rebound and Rip 50K Challenge with the Boys and Girls Clubs. That's right, a chance for you to win $50,000. Just visit reboundmd.com for details and to register today. Rebound Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, the region's most preferred.
8-time Grammy Award-winning superstar, Carrie Underwood, presents the Denim and Rhinestones Tour. With special guest, Jimmy Allen. Moda Center, March 16th, 2023. Get tickets now at CarrieUnderwoodOfficial.com. The brand new album, Denim and Rhinestones, is available everywhere June 10th. Carrie Underwood, produced by AEG Presents.
Walter E. Nelson Company, family owned and operated since 1945, right here in the Pacific Northwest, is a major contributor to the Rose Quarter campus's LEED Platinum certification. Walter E. Nelson Company provides the Rose Quarter with cost savings on all compostable recycling bags, toilet paper, paper towels, hand foam green soap, and Hillier Green cleaning products. Look to Walter E. Nelson Company for all your workplace maintenance, janitorial, and packaging needs. They're your solution for cleaner, healthier facilities. Visit them at walterenelson.com.
New construction and business remodeling is great, but leaves a big mess. And job site cleanup is the final touch for any commercial construction or renovation project. When you need to put the finishing touch on newly constructed buildings, call the professionals at Service Master Clean. Service Master Clean has been an industry leader for more than 60 years. From post-construction cleanup to janitorial services, call Service Master Building Services in Portland and Vancouver at 503-298-6145. We're proud to be the green, clean partner of the Portland Trailblazers.
620 Rip City Radio, KPOJ, Portland, an iHeart radio station.
You're listening to the Trailblazers postgame show on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
102-97, the final score up at Climate Pledge Arena. I can say it a little bit better than Travis here on week one, or game one, as the Clippers beat the Blazers by 5 in preseason game number 1. Most impressive performance, in my humble opinion, and I've been saying it all show long, is Jeremy Grant, who played 27 minutes, the new addition from the Pistons, had 14 points, 4 boards, an assist, a steal, 3 blocks, all of them epic blocks, did have 5 turnovers and a couple of fouls. So, little things to clean up for Jeremy Grant there, but he was, to me, the most impressive guy out there on the floor tonight. But in the second half, we finally got a look at Shaedon Sharpe. In the beginning, still wasn't touching the ball. First half, didn't take a shot at all, was out there for 5 minutes, kind of roaming around, actually standing still a lot. I actually noted in my notes that he wasn't moving off the ball that much. But then once some of the younger guys came in and he became more of a focal point of the offense, you start to see him get more involved. He was driving to the lane. He was trying to go up for blocks. He was playing, pretty solid defense for a rookie, considering his length and his ability to jump, and got a dunk that didn't count. Had another dunk that he was fouled on that didn't count, but he did hit a free throw, actually both free throws, and got his first points in the NBA. Also, in the second half, Keon Johnson started to look a little bit better. We'll have some of his highlights coming up next segment, but first half kind of just looked like he wasn't part of the offense at all. Second half was one of the focal points early on, had a couple of nice drives to the lane, hit a 3, was playing better than expected defense generally from Keon Johnson, way more involved than I expected game 1 here in the preseason, which, if that's the case, a guy that the Blazers got in the trade with the Clippers last year that sent Rocco and Norman Powell over to LA. If that's what you got back from that, there was a lot of kind of hesitancy after that trade, then that's pretty exciting because he was the first round pick last year. He was kind of the one of the selling points of the trade, at least from the front office. And I was pretty impressed as the first guy off the bench that he was able to kind of be involved in the offense like that and make some plays. I think it's going to be, inconsistent, a little slow moving, but if he's going to be able to help this team, all the better. I would love to see more Shaedon Sharpe in the rest of this preseason. It almost felt like the team wasn't passing him the ball. Not intentionally, but watching the game, it was like, hey, he's over there. He's wide open in the corner, and you're not passing him the ball. You want to see him play, right? We're excited to see Shaedon Sharpe shoot the ball and get some offensive opportunities, but it was good to finally see that towards the end of the second half. And the Clippers sat John Wall, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard in the second half, which allowed the Blazers to make their initial comeback. They wound up going on an 8-0 run and then had the lead for a large portion of the second half. But in the fourth quarter, with both deep bench units out there, the Clippers were able to kind of turn it around and get it back going. Fans had the game day party delivered to you with a McDonald's Big Mac bundle, including 2 classic Big Mac sandwiches, 2 medium fries, and a 20-piece chicken McNuggets. Download the McDonald's app now. Also, we've got the Daimler Threes for Trees. For every 3-pointer the Blazers make this season, Daimler Trucks and Friends of Trees will plant 3 trees. Let's take a look at tonight's Threes for Trees summary brought to you by Daimler Trucks. They made 8 threes tonight, so 24 trees will be planted. And that was the Threes for Trees summary presented by Daimler Trucks. Coming up next, we'll wrap up the postgame with some highlights. This is the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Save on Rose Quarter tickets when you bring a group of friends, family members, or employees to your favorite shows. Everything from the family fun of Disney on Ice and Harlem Globetrotters to the action of Monster Jam and WWE. Rose Quarter has entertainment for everyone. Don't miss your chance to create extraordinary moments and get discounted tickets. For more information and to see available events, visit rosequarter.com/groups.
These days, seems anyone with a website can sell you a new car. But your Northwest Ford dealers know there's more to it. More service than selling. More helping hand than just handshakes. More confidence than computer clicks. And for decades, we've been a friend in the neighborhood. So whether you need help today or tomorrow, we'll be there. We're your Northwest Ford dealers. Stop by today or visit buyfordnow.com.
In Oregon, 1 in 5 people live with food insecurity. That's why Sysco Food Services of Portland has teamed up with the Trailblazers, Levy Restaurants, and Urban Gleaners to reduce food waste and alleviate hunger in our region. Thousands of pounds of surplus food is picked up after each Rose Quarter event by Urban Gleaners, a local nonprofit who packages and distributes the food to families in need. To volunteer or make a donation to Urban Gleaners, visit trailblazers.com/food. Learn more about Sysco's hunger relief efforts at sysco.com.
Today's hottest artist, Carol G. Strip Love Tour. In concert. October 27th at Moda Center. Get tickets now at caroljmusic.com. Carol G. Strip Love Tour. Produced by AEG Presents.
There are so many reasons Honey Bucket Clean Portable Restrooms are Oregon's winning shot for portable sanitation. Here are just two. Number one, Honey Bucket has quality units for every need. They even have storage containers and temporary fencing. Number two, Honey Bucket guarantees clean portable restrooms, great service, and competitive prices. So make a fast break to Honey Bucket for number one and for number two. Honey Bucket, Oregon's best team for portable sanitation. Make Honey Bucket part of your team by calling 800-966-2371.
What does it mean to be better? It's different for everyone. It comes in all sizes, big and small, short and tall, young and younger. Better is a lofty leap, or a baby step, or every step and misstep in between. Better is a challenge to push more than yesterday, more than ever before. Perfectly unique, ever evolving at our own pace, one step at a time. Better is real, especially when we go there together. Be better. Moda Health.
You're listening to the Trailblazers postgame show on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Rip City, the next chapter starts now. Your Portland Trailblazers season is here and tickets are going fast. Join the best fans in the NBA for the biggest games all season long, including opening night, Friday, October 21st versus the Phoenix Suns. For official tickets, visit trailblazers.com now. Let's get to the McDonald's McDelivery highlights. Let's take a look at tonight's post-game highlights brought to you by McDonald's McDelivery. The first one in the third quarter was when Keon Johnson started to get involved.
Leads the pass up to Johnson, nearly fouled, but he's able to get past Boston. Runs right into Coffey, gets the foul, and the two. We are tied at 61, and Keon Johnson will have an opportunity to give the Blazers their first lead of the game.
Running the floor for layups.
And he did. The Blazers led 62-61 at that point. Next up, it was Johnson again.
Now to Johnson, back to Winslow. Now looks for Johnson, cutting the reverse, and he puts it in off the glass for a pair.
And finally, at the end of the third quarter, we had a Greg Brown Jr., or Greg Brown the third, right? The third sighting, as he had a three-point play as well to give the Blazers their biggest lead.
Winslow has it between the circles. He dribbles left. Now he drives and kicks to the corner. A little lost a handle on as he gets it to Brown. Drives to the rim. It is good and a foul.
And then finally, Shaden Sharp got involved in the fourth quarter.
Here's now Moon on the drive. Up and under. Rejected by Shaden Sharp. There's that athleticism.
Oh, meet the man. There's a new man. There's a new sheriff in town.
The McDonald's McDelivery highlights brought to you by your locally owned and operated McDonald's. Proud supporters of the Trailblazers. Download the McDonald's app today. I did see this quote come across my tweets from Chauncey Billups after the game on Shaden Sharp. Quote, his head was just spinning. He's 19 and he's a rookie. He's just so excited to be playing an NBA game. His athleticism is going to be on display every time he touches the floor. Maybe a little naive of me to expect a little more from Shaden Sharp in the first preseason game. I think it's just the excitement of being a fan of the team and wanting to see what your number 7 overall pick's going to do out there. But I was glad to see him get more comfortable as the game went on and start to get some opportunities. Got his first points in the NBA, albeit in a preseason game, and it was good to see him kind of get going. Also, didn't have a highlight from him, but impressive short minute performance from Jabari Walker, who came in the second half of the first time, only played 8 minutes, got 9 points, continued to be a big body out there. He was very aggressive. He was hustling all over the place, was 4 of 6 from the floor, hit a 3. I know we talked about in the pregame, we talked to Francis, and he said that he doesn't think you're going to see a lot of Jabari Walker. But every time he's on the floor, he's doing something. And if you've got that guy at the end of your bench, then that's really, really important. Don't miss this year's Trailblazers Fan Fest presented by Daimler Truck North America. This free event is your chance to see your new look Trailblazers team as they play an intra-squad scrimmage with lots of fun for the whole family. Visit trailblazers.com/fanfest to secure your free ticket today. And then one more, art directed by our very own 6-time All-Star Damian Lillard. The Portland Trailblazers Statement Edition is inspired by the player's team-first mindset and is designed to make a bold statement on the hardwood. Access yours today at ripcityclothing.com. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you guys so much for welcoming me into your homes and cars and phones for my very first pre-half and post here with the Blazers. Next game is tomorrow. 6 o'clock, you will join me as the Blazers play the Jazz here at Moda. Tip is at 7. Thanks to Rich Patterson here in the studio with me, and we will see you guys tomorrow night.
You've been listening to the Trailblazers postgame show on the Trailblazers Radio Network. This has been Portland Trailblazers basketball. Wherever you may be, good night, everybody.
620 Rip City Radio, KPOJ, Portland, an iHeart radio station. The fifth quarter with Chad Doing starts now. Call Chad right now at 503-248-0620. The fifth quarter is presented by Coors Light, keeping Portland chill.
Well, what's going on, my friends? Fifth quarter, Chad Doing here, along with my good friend Chris Burkhart. The telephone number is 503-248-0620. As tonight was the first of many nights here in Rip City as the Trailblazers played the first of 5 preseason games. The season opener is coming up on October 19th against the Kings. But tonight they were up in Seattle as the Clippers take out the Trailblazers by a final score of 102-97. But who cares about the final score? It's preseason basketball. The results really don't matter at all. It just gave us a chance to take a look at the new faces and Damian Lillard being back on the floor healthy and able to move for the first time in a long time. And I thought for a preseason game, honestly, it was a pretty easy watch. We had a chance to see a lot of good athletes on the field. There were some shot makers. And I think a number of different guys for the Trailblazers were able to step up and make valuable contributions. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard on the court for the first time in a long time, since 2021. He looked good and felt good to be out there. But the Trailblazers take the loss tonight, 102-97, as they kick off the first of their 5 preseason games. They're back in action tomorrow night. They'll be at Moda Center taking on the Phoenix Suns. That tip-off will be at 7 o'clock. In regards to the contributions tonight, we start with Dame, who missed most of last year. He was able to play 23 minutes tonight. He hit 5 of his 13 shots. He finished with 16 points, dished out a couple of assists, had 3 rebounds. But I think for me, not the shooting numbers. I mean, the guy's trying to get back into the flow and get a feel for game action again. But to see Dame out there moving around at full speed without limitation, not feeling the pain, not seeing him struggle to get to his spots on either end of the floor, that was a sight for sore eyes. I'm anxious to see Dame back doing the things that he's capable of doing, being able to move without hesitation, without any pain. And hopefully that's going to translate into good things in regards to how Billups wants to attack on both ends of the floor, both with offense and with defense. So great to see Dame back out there, 23 minutes. The most important thing for me through my eyes was the fact that Dame was able to move and move very well. Yusuf Nurkic tonight, effective, 21 minutes, 13 points, 9 boards, and a very efficient 5 of 9 from the field. And that's what I want to see from Nurk this year. We know the guy's aggressive when it comes to the rebounding. We know that he's going to be valuable in the center of that Trailblazer defense with the rim protection. That's critical for him. But I think offensively, being more efficient, shooting a better percentage, showing a little more patience and control on the offensive end when he's around the rim. And tonight, he played with a lot of energy. He was getting up and down the floor. He was aggressive. And I thought he played well. How about the newcomer, Jeremy Grant? Maybe of all the guys, might have had the best night. 27 minutes for Grant, 14 points, 4 boards, shot the ball well, 2 of 2 from downtown, 4 of 8 from the field. Even Chauncey Billups talked about Grant after the game, his length and athleticism and his understanding defensively. I think the way Chauncey put it, he's going to be able to cover for a lot of different mistakes out there. And that's what it's all about, right? The Trailblazers have lacked wing players who can really make an impact defensively. And hopefully Grant can really fill that role and continue to develop with this team as he gets more time on the floor. But the length, his ability, hopefully he can be a shot maker as well at times for this team. It's important for him to be able to do that, which is nice. And we saw that with Grant tonight, who was effective, 14 points, 4 boards in 27 minutes. Anthony Simons tonight didn't shoot the ball well. He was moving around well, and it's great to see him back out there. You could see it in his body. I don't know if he's gotten any taller, maybe, but his body started to fill out. He looks stronger. He played 26 minutes, only 2 of 12 from the field, 1 of 6 from downtown, finished with 9 points, 3 boards, and had a couple of assists. And Josh Hart tonight, 25 minutes. He got the start at small forward, 5 points, 10 boards, and 4 assists, just 2 of 3 from the field. But for Hart, the classic Josh Hart type game where he's able to pepper the stat sheet into a little bit of everything. And everywhere else, had a number of different guys step in and come off the bench. I thought Jabari Walker, with 9 points in 9 minutes of action, hitting 4 of 6 field goals, had a big 3-point opportunity down the stretch, kind of picking up where he left off after his play down in Summer League. So it was nice to see. And they're going to be able to continue to build on this and push forward. So what do you hope for throughout the course of the preseason? One, health. You don't want to have any injuries. You want guys to stay healthy as they approach that opener on October 19th. I think for Dame, you want him to continue to get a feel for game action, being back on the floor after an extended period of time off. You want the newcomers and this new lineup, you want guys to get a feel for one another. Dame learning how to play with Grant and Hart on the floor, and especially alongside Anthony Simons, something he's not accustomed to, and just the lineup as a whole getting a feel for what's going on. But that's where we're at. The Blazers take the loss tonight, 102-97. Clippers get the win, but I think a lot of positive signs tonight in preseason game number 1. And, of course, I'm not someone to take preseason and make any bold predictions or reactions or overreactions or any of that because it's fake basketball. There's so much more than, just the result of the game. And of course, rotations and minutes and the different guys that are going to play. And we saw a lot of the young and inexperienced players down the stretch, playing late in this game as well. So you can jump on board, 503-248-0620. Let's go out and talk with our man, Ken, who is in Vancouver. Hey, Kenny, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Chad. Good to talk to you. It was great to see the boys back on the court tonight.
It was nice. Yeah, it was nice to see the guys back, and especially I know of your love for Dame, and we all love Dame, but to see him back and healthy and being able to move freely with no pain was pretty nice.
Yeah, I think his movement without the ball tonight was as good as we've seen in years.
Which is going to be a key point to watch throughout the course of the preseason, how he continues to adapt to the way Chauncey wants him to play.
You can tell he's making a real concerted effort to do so. And I was really impressed with him staying on his guy defensively. And also his passing so underrated. I mean, he's just an incredible passer. And, the shooting's going to come for the fellas. I know Ant had a really bad shooting night, and Dame got it going later. But, a lot of time, you're coming out in that first game, the legs, even though training camp's not that long, the legs usually are a little bit rubbery.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, it's going to take guys, a little bit of time to just get the conditioning back. I mean, practice and, the type of scrimmaging they're doing at practice is nice, but nothing can really mimic game action. And so they just need more time on the floor to get their legs under them and get a feel for one another.
No doubt, but I was really totally, like you talked about earlier, I was so impressed with Jeremy Grant. I mean, he fits in seamlessly, looks good next to Nurk, moves just on defense. He was great tonight. For a first game, where it's the first action, I was really impressed. The only downer I thought tonight, I felt like Nas was a little stiff tonight. He looked like he was thinking too much. I don't know what you thought.
Yeah, I just want to see him when he's out there on the floor, just remembering what Chauncey has told him to focus on, and that's being that defensive stopper, that energy guy who really plays aggressive on both ends. And my guess is for him being a little bit younger after the extended layoff he had last year after the shoulder injury, he was probably pressing a little bit, maybe a little bit excited to get out there and play. So I would expect him to look even better tomorrow.
Yes, definitely. I agree with you. And hey, can I just say one little football thing really quick, because I haven't been able to get a hold of you during the week.
Yeah,
and just relax there. Maybe it's because I'm older than you, I'm 58, but I like what I see from Coach Hackett, especially with the new, the guy who's kind of controlling the time, management stuff. He looked way calmer, and I like what I see from Russ. I hope his shoulder's fine. I heard there's a little ding there. Hopefully it's not anything bad. And
the coach said today that he's expected to play on Thursday night. And look, my whole take on Hackett is that you can't judge a guy after 4 games. All I know is that the operation has not been smooth so far. The offense has lacked some imagination. And, again, he will coach the entire season and they can reevaluate at the end. The thing I would say is last year, Sirianni in Philadelphia, everyone thought he was in over his head and had no idea of what he was doing. And look at him now. Philadelphia is one of the best teams in the NFL. My biggest concern would be this. Nate Hackett was brought in because he's an offensive guru, or at least that's the idea. You would expect him to have a handle on the offense. It's been the defense that's carried them so far. So I'm concerned. But again, 4 games in, new staff, new coach, new quarterback, and it takes time for those two to develop trust with one another. So I expect it to get better. And as for Russ, I got no problem with Russ whatsoever. The issues they've had is not because of him. He was flawless in his execution yesterday, but they had other issues pop up, but they'll get there with time. And again, they don't have to win a championship this year. They got him for, 5+ seasons. So the goal is to get on the same page and put a team around him that can eventually make a run and win a championship. That's the idea.
I will say this, though. The running back situation is a very big situation right now. Boone dropping that beautifully thrown ball, under pressure from Russ's deep passes were amazing yesterday. But I'm not impressed with Boone at all. And unfortunately, Melvin Gordon has a fumble problem. It's in his head. I don't, and with that's the scariest thing right now. The rush defense, I don't know what it is. I was happy for Raider Mike like you were. If there was a game we had to lose to the Raiders, give him some ups because he's had a lot of downs, and I was happy for Raider Mike.
No doubt. Well, hey, Kenny, it's great to hear your voice. I appreciate you calling. I know you and I are going to be talking a lot throughout the season, so I look forward to it.
Sounds good. Listen to you tomorrow, and go Blazers.
There you go. There's Kenny, now in Vancouver, originally from Rip City, lived in Denver for a while. So we share Bronco and Trailblazer love together, which is very nice. Speaking of youngsters, how about Shaden Sharp tonight? 15 minutes, 0 for 4 from the field, missed his only 3-point attempt, finished with 2 points. But I'll say this, he looked pretty comfortable out there for a youngster who hasn't played a game since high school. You may have heard that. And his athleticism, he elevated for a block and gave a little glimpse of what he's capable of. So, again, like most of you, basically no one has seen him play. So it's really hard to know what we're looking at, but it's exciting to see him out there on the floor. I look forward to more of Shaden Sharp in the near future. All right, joining me tonight and throughout the entire basketball season, my man, Chris Burkhardt. Hey, Chris, welcome to the fifth quarter. Your first of many shows on this fine station. Your general takeaway from tonight with the Trailblazers and Clippers, LA getting the win 102-97.
Well, first off, it's great to be here, Chad.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And the fifth quarter is a long-running show, one of the greatest shows in the history of Portland radio. And now you and I get a chance to do it together. It's exciting.
It is wonderful. I don't have to sit there in the doorway of the studio hoping you bring me on after I'm done editing like it used to be.
I know.
But it's great. Now, to your question, the game tonight, couple things. First off, yes, it's preseason, but Jeremy Grant, I think he's going to be everything the Blazer fans want him to be. Everything that I have said he's going to be, everyone was like, oh, he's not who we want. He showed off the athleticism. He showed off the defense, the ability to help Nurk there in the paint with a couple blocks. Hit a three, hit a couple other big shots to get the game going for him. So I really liked what he brought. Now, you talk about Shaden Sharp. 2 points, 0 for 4, but showed off that athleticism.
Yeah.
And that will get you on the court, man. The ability to get up, get to rebounds, get lobs. I really liked what I saw despite the box score.
And with each minute he gets on the floor, he'll continue to get a little bit more comfortable. And we'll get a chance to see more of him, which would be really nice. I'm excited about that. I think Jeremy Grant, don't you think with Grant, the fact that in Portland, he's not the number one option, so there's not pressure on him to perform night in and night out on the offensive end. He just needs to be a shot maker at times for them. But I think that he'll blend in nicely because there won't be that pressure there. He's got other guys who will carry the bulk of the offense, and he can kind of find his place by being a defender, helping out in the passing lanes, being somebody that can be effective in transition, and then, looking to Dame and Ant and the other guys who are going to carry the bulk on offense. I think that's the right role for him. He's not a number one option, but I think in Portland as a number 3 option or 2 option or whatever option he's going to be, I think it's a better fit for him.
Yeah, and personally, as the season goes, I would like to see him become more of that number 2 option just to alleviate any pressure that there might be on Ant to live up to the contract and live up to being that guy now. But third is obviously great. But you saw little glimpses of it tonight, Chad. This is not the Rocco model or the Al-Farouq Aminu model where you just take your power forward and have him sit in the corner and hopefully Dame drives to the rim and kicks it out. No, there was a lot of movement going on from him. And I think more so than just Dame, I think his ability to score in the mid-range and the paint is going to alleviate some of that pressure off of Nurk, thinking that he has to be the guy to go get all those points down low. So again, I think it's going to open up a lot of wrinkles for Coach Billups that I don't think anyone's even close to seeing yet.
Well, I'm going to be paying attention to movement. I want them to move bodies, move the basketball. I do believe that's the right way to play. And I think if Dame can embrace that and learn to be a better player without the basketball in his hands, it's going to put him in a position to get better looks. Because if you can give up the ball and then reposition yourself where the defense might forget about you, it could open up opportunities for Dame. And that's a good thing.
I mean, that is how Steph has become so deadly. It's his ability to play off the ball. And there's some interesting little things you saw tonight. I mean, Twitter was all about it, but Josh Hart playing a little bit of that point guard position, bringing the ball up the court. And that's going to be one thing. If he can do that consistently, and you have Ant that can do that, those are going to be guys that are going to be able to take that pressure off and let Dame play off the ball, which I think is going to be really, really good for him.
And on top of that, when he's not handling the basketball all the time, it means he won't be exhausted and fatigued with the basketball. And I think that will take some of the pressure off of him because, it is when you're playing big minutes. And, of course, I know they said they want to set his number at 34, and I hope they do. But over the course of a full season, handling the rock, initiating the offense, even if he's accustomed to that, you get, fatigue. So learn to play a different way, add new wrinkles to your offense. And I know it's going to be tough for him to adjust at this stage of his career, but if he can, then it's going to make him that much more dangerous. And it could open up things for other guys on the floor, too. All right, fifth quarter. If you want to share any thoughts from preseason game number 1, you can do so. 503-248-0620. Chris Burkhardt, Chad Doing. It's the fifth quarter on 620 Rip City Radio. We'll come back and continue to share our thoughts. We're back at it tomorrow. Game day leading up to the Trailblazer broadcast at 6, tip-off at 7. The Suns will be in town, and Chris and I will be back for fifth quarter after tomorrow night's game as well here on 620 Rip City Radio.
Being gifty, my calendar can be a chaotic place. 3 birthdays and my anniversary all in the next month. That's why I use Celebrations Passport from the 1-800-Flowers family of brands. Celebrations Passport gives me free shipping on thousands of amazing gifts. And the more gifts I give, the more perks and rewards I earn. Giving is easy with Celebrations Passport. Learn more at 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart.
All the good stuff. Yeah. Rufio keeps you on top of pop culture.
A Jeopardy spinoff series starring the champions of the long-running game show may be headed to TV soon. Executive producer Michael Davies tells the New York Times he's thinking of creating a sister TV show that would air live and would be filled with master-level players. The producer also admitted that the trivia show's rules could be changing soon as well. He's thinking of giving contestants cash for answering all the clues in one category correctly. He added that the cash bonus will be a completely separate and extra reward and would not affect who won the game.
All right. And that's What's Poppin'.
I'm Rufio on iHeartRadio.
McCormick. And I'm Rashad Jennings, and we're the co-hosts of The Bag, a brand new podcast from Sports Illustrated and iHeartRadio.
If it involves sports and money, we're going to talk about it. From inside scoops on the latest contracts to inspiring stories of athletes making moves in other industries to the business of gaming, fantasy sports, and sports betting.
Some of today's athletes are savvy entrepreneurs and leaders shaping the future of how the business of sports gets done.
What are you waiting for? Get The Bag.
Available on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get podcasts.
Fall is here. Is your vehicle ready? Hi, this is Leif, owner of Leif's. Accidents happen, but you can minimize the risk. Changing your wiper blades, keeping your windows clean, good tires, and polishing those headlights. Now, if you are in an accident, please support the locally owned body shops instead of the national chains. And if you choose Leif's, remember, pre-loss repairs, factory parts, loaners, and deduct assist. Yes, we are locally owned. Leif's, the finest in collision repair.
You are listening to the fifth quarter, hosted by Chad Doing. Dial 503-248-0620 if you'd like to get on the air. The fifth quarter is presented by Coors Light, keeping Portland chill.
Chris and I were just talking about Josh Hart. Some guys, they're not in the great category. They're just steady pros. And that's the best way I can define Josh Hart, a guy who he looks like he's ready for the season to start right now. He's going to show up every night and be consistent in his focus, his energy level, and his play. And what I like about Josh Hart is that on nights where he's not making shots, he's going to be able to make a difference by impacting the game in a variety of different ways. Chris mentioned it earlier where he was handling the rock and bringing it up the floor, but he can rebound and obviously is smart and can position himself properly defensively, but he's just a guy that you can trust. And I guess my point would be, Chris, is that, there is supposedly a battle in camp right now for the starting small forward spot between Hart, Nasir, and Justice Winslow. And while I can make a case for the other guys, if you want your 5 best players on the floor, that includes Josh Hart. And I just think it's going to be really hard for Chauncey to sell Josh Hart on coming off the bench because he's the best player. He's better than Nasir, obviously better than Winslow. And as you put it, Nasir really hasn't earned that role. It's hard for me to imagine a starting 5 without Josh Hart being planted next to Jeremy Grant in that front court.
It's kind of like when Willie Taggart had Justin Herbert on the roster and then told everyone there was a quarterback competition when you knew there was only one answer. I mean, it has to be hard. And the thing is, like with Dame, right? You know what you're going to get from Dame every night, right?
Yeah.
Close to 30 points, 8 assists, whatever. That's Josh Hart too, except it's 10, 12 points, 6, 7 rebounds, but consistently going to do that every single night. And that's a good thing because you look at like Al-Farouq Aminu and Mo Harkless, who we all know very well. One night, Al-Farouq Aminu's, 5 for 8. The next night he's 0 for 10. And it's just so up and down. And I think that's what you get from Hart is you don't get those ups and downs consistency. You said Seth Curry, same thing when you had him. He was going to come in, do his job, do it well, no ups and downs. And I think that's what the Blazers really need. And the guy to be able to do that on both sides of the court, slide him in at the 3.
Yeah, the only downside to that is, and there's really no easy way to fix it, it's just that this team would appear to lack quality depth. It's my biggest concern about the team is, who is it on the bench that can really come in and be a difference maker? Assuming your starting 5 is Dame, Ant, Nurk, Grant, Hart, then your next 2 guys would be Nasir and GP2. And then after that, a lot of question marks. Now, one guy that a lot of people are high on, and obviously I need to see a lot more, but Keon Johnson, maybe he can be one of those guys to provide some offense off the bench. Tonight, Keon, 18 minutes, had 8 points, 3 assists. He was 3 of 6 from the floor and 1 of 1 from downtown. Maybe Keon can be one of those guys. But I would say that depth or lack thereof would be my biggest concern going into the year. A lot of unproven guys. Even Nasir, to a certain degree, is unproven. He's shown flashes, but we haven't seen him for a long period of time. It's going to be critical for him to make sure that he listens to what Coach Billups wants and then stay healthy. And that's really going to be the key for him. And with, GP2, I think we know what he's being brought in for. Energy guy who can play defense, on the ball defender, which would be nice. But that's really it, Chris. For me, it's depth.
Yeah.
The bench. A lot of question marks there.
Absolutely. I think one thing that's going to be interesting for me to watch, I think everyone else should watch too, is under Stotts. I think we were so used to maybe these young players or any rotation players having a very, very short leash, right?
Yeah.
Not giving the ability to go out there and make the mistakes, learn from it, and keep going. Kind of like, the ghost in the studio today. You kept me in and I learned from it, right? But we haven't seen that from Billups because the team hasn't been healthy. He's just been playing everyone. So there was no leash.
I think he's not going to be afraid to play guys and let them play through mistakes as long as they do the 1 or 2 things that he demands.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a big thing in the maturation of these players. And especially like you just said, Nasir Little, can he go make those mistakes, learn from them, and kind of build off that? I think maybe Terry wouldn't allow that. I think Billups will, which is going to be a really, really interesting thing that I don't know if Blazer fans are used to.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, that's really, I think, what allowed Nasir and Anthony to excel last year was Billups going to them, explaining what he needed and said, hey, if you do these things for me, then we'll worry about all the rest of it later and I'll allow you to play through mistakes. And I think for a young player, when you enter the game knowing that you can make a couple of mistakes and you're not going to get the quick hook, I think that's great. What else could you want as a young player? I think Billups might be the right guy for those guys. Proving that if you do those things, like what was it last year for Nasir? It was defense, energy, hustle, really go out there and get after it for me. For Anthony, it was stay in attack mode. Stop deferring to Dame and these other guys around you. Don't be afraid to attack.
Yeah.
And look how they responded.
Yeah, and it wasn't obviously NBA level for me, but when I played competitive sports, the thing I hated the most was a quick hook, a short leash. I'd rather be out there and make the mistake and just get it out of my head by trying to make a good play on the next play. Put a guy on the bench because he makes one mistake and then you're just going to sit there and dwell on it until you get back in the game, if you get back in the game. So, yeah, man, let them take their lumps. And especially guys like Nasir, Keon, Shaden, even Watford, when he's healthy, if those guys get on the floor, you know who they got on the floor that will help them take their lumps in the moment and learn instantly? Guys like Dame. Yeah, having him, he's a coach on the floor. It's important to have a guy like that. So yeah, don't go quick on these guys, Chauncey. And I definitely don't think he will.
I agree with you. I don't think they go too quick. I think Dame, he appears to be, and you've been around him a lot too, but don't you think Dame's demeanor is good for young guys? He doesn't seem to be one of those guys that really grinds on younger players. Like some guys, vets, hard to play with if you're a young player. But I think Dame, he kind of embraced those guys because I think he tries to put himself in their shoes and he understands where they've come from. I noticed some of that.
You've been here his entire career. I mean, how many times you hear a young guy who gets drafted who mentions Dame, quote, took me under his wing. So yeah, he gets those young guys, gets them early and kind of shows them the ropes of what it means to be a professional basketball player. And I think he doesn't go too up and down with the happenings of a game either. I mean, if he's having a bad game, like, you know it, but again, he doesn't let that affect his game. Like, he's not going to stop taking a shot or not make the proper play because he's having a bad game. And that's one of those lead by example type things. Because we've seen stars, you know them, that when they have those bad games, it turns into a pity party, right? And then everybody feeds off that in a negative way. I don't think Dame lets that happen.
All right, 503-248-0620 is your telephone number. Chad Doing, along with Chris Burkhardt. The Clippers over the Trailblazers tonight by a final score of 102-97. The Trailblazers back home tomorrow night to take on the Phoenix Suns.
56-30 will hit us perfect.
And that game will tip off at 7 o'clock. No, it's Utah. I thought it was Phoenix, but it's Utah tomorrow. I keep saying the Suns. I don't know why I keep saying
we got
that.
Utah on TV. We get to watch.
Oh, my gosh. There are a lot of fans who are bitter. I had to do activities tonight that would potentially put me in Guantanamo for an extended period of time, but I was able to view the game, fortunately. So Utah tonight, and then they play, I don't know how to pronounce it, Chris.
Just Maccabi. That's all.
Maccabi.
You can't mess that one up.
But it's not Maccabi Haifa.
It's not the same Maccabi that they played in previous preseason.
Is it Maccabi Rayana?
Yeah, that works for me.
Ray, I don't know how to pronounce it. But they play Maccabi on Thursday. That's a 7 o'clock tip, and they'll finish out Sunday at Sacramento and then Tuesday the 11th at Golden State. Before they get nearly a little over a week off before they have that opener down at Sacramento. So I kind of like how things are shaping up. The guys will get a chance to play, get their legs under them a bit. We'll continue to see some of these youngsters. 15 minutes tonight for Shaedon Sharpe. I'm hoping he gets more than that tomorrow night. And, I think for the starters, Dwight was making that point earlier about the starters. He thinks that the starters will, get a pretty decent chunk of minutes throughout the preseason. One, because you've got a lot of new faces, but I think the Trailblazers are trying to set the tone too on, creating the right culture and the right feel coming off such a hideous season like we saw last year with the tank. So, for the Blazers, you just got to one step at a time. And, like I said, with these preseason games, the result doesn't matter. You just want guys to continue to build on the things, the foundation that Chauncey has laid and the things they've been working on in practice, and they'll be able to do that, which is cool. But I think Jeremy Grant, I kind of give Jeremy Grant the nod. What do you think in terms of most impressive performance tonight?
Yeah, I think
he's kind of the guy that jumped out, right?
Absolutely. He jumped out. I mean, I liked his game when he was in Detroit. I thought he was a great pickup. I wanted them to get him, and they did. I think he's going to fit perfectly in that lineup. He showed it. I think you saw the starting lineup heading into game one on the court tonight. And yeah, I think it's going to be fun. And then game two tomorrow, you're going to get, I want to see a little more Jabari Walker tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get him in early. He was impressive in a short amount of minutes on the defensive side. That's where he's going to get minutes for this team. Get him in, let him see what he can do.
9 points in 9 minutes tonight for Jabari. And for the Trailblazers, who was the player? Was it Jeremy Grant? Oh, Jeremy Grant, he might be and probably is the best power forward they've had since LaMarcus.
No doubt about it.
Isn't that
no
crazy?
Doubt.
They have not been able to fill that hole since LaMarcus left, and now maybe they've got the right guy to do that.
It's because they're putting a power forward at the power forward spot. Al-Farouq Aminu was a small forward when he came here.
Yeah, my only gripe about Jeremy Grant is that he doesn't rebound particularly well for a guy that plays the 4.
20.
That's a problem. All right, that's going to do it for us. Final score tonight, the Clippers over the Trailblazers, 102-97. For Chris Burkhardt, I'm Chad Doing. We'll catch you tomorrow, tip-off against Utah at 7.
For the thoughtful gift giver inside of you, Celebrations Passport from the 1-800-Flowers family of brands gives you access to unique gifts, exclusive perks, and more. With free shipping on thousands of amazing gifts, it's easy to say, I miss you, congratulations, or happy birthday. The more gifts you give, the more rewards you earn. Giving is easy with free shipping and perks from Celebrations Passport. Learn more at 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart.
All the good stuff. Yeah. Camps keeps you on top of pop culture.
Netflix is skipping over Halloween and will drop its new Addams Family sequel series Wednesday during the week of Thanksgiving. Kind of a shock to me. Tim Burton and the creators of Smallville are behind the live-action show, which stars Jenna Ortega as a teenaged Wednesday Addams in what's described as a supernatural-infused comic mystery. Christina Ricci, who played Wednesday in the 1990s live-action movies, returns as a new character, while Catherine Zeta-Jones and Luis Guzman are on board to play Morticia and Gomez Addams. Wednesday will drop on, appropriately enough, Wednesday, November 23rd on Netflix.
All right.
And that's what's poppin'. I'm Camps on iHeartRadio.
Hey, Rip City! The Trailblazers Fan Fest, presented by Daimler Truck North America, is back and better than ever. Mark your calendars for Friday, October 14th at Moda Center. Doors open at 6 and the event starts at 7. And it's free. Don't miss your chance to get an in-person look at your 2022-23 Trailblazers team. We'll have contests, prizes, food, and guaranteed fun for the whole family. Visit trailblazers.com/fanfest for details and to secure your free tickets today.
Hi, it's Mark Mason for DPI Solar. I know it's confusing who to trust with all those zero-down solar panel offers out there. That's why I recommend DPI Solar. They can help you get the most out of your investment into solar panels and battery backup systems. They've been in business for over 15 years, offering reliable service, transparent pricing, and a smart alternative to high energy costs. DPI Solar, Oregon's most trusted name in the business. Visit dpisolar.com, schedule an estimate, and say goodbye to high electric bill.
Walcott for the win. You Walcott for the win.
This is music to your ears. If you have a slow drain in your house, don't wait till your drains are backing up. Call Wolcott today to keep your plumbing flowing like it should. When the water flows, you'll be happy.
We provide expert heating and cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. The customer wins every time. Visit WOLCOTT.pro.
Walcott for the win. You Walcott for the win.
With prices climbing this year, every penny counts. I'm Leif with Leif's Auto Collision Centers. When you have an auto claim, the insurance company owes you, in cash, 100% of the value of your claim, not only for repairs, but loss of use, injury, and often loss of value. It's your money, and you can choose what to do with it. Fix your car, pay bills, or both. Call Leif's. We can provide you the tools to recover 100% of your claim. Pre-loss repairs, loaners, deduct assist. Leif's, always on your side.
We all drive. Sooner or later, we're going to have to replace our tires. I trust the experts at TireRack.com. For over 40 years, they've been revolutionizing tire buying. Go to TireRack.com/sports and tell them what you drive. They'll show you tires that are a perfect fit. Not sure where to start? Their easy-to-use tire decision guide shows you the right tires for how, what, and where you drive. Their extensive selection includes the full lineup of Hankook Ventus, Optimo, and Dynapro tires. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
620 Rip City Radio, KPOJ, Portland, an iHeart radio station.
And here's what you need to know.
Week 4 of the NFL came to a close with Monday Night Football in Santa Clara, where the 49ers beat the Rams 24-9 in an NFC West clash. San Francisco quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo was 16 of 27 passing, 239 yards, 1 touchdown, a 57-yard TD pass to Deebo Samuel, who did most of the work after the catch. He had 6 receptions for 115 yards. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford had no touchdowns unless you count the pick 6 that he threw. He also lost a fumble. Both teams are now 2-2 on the season. San Francisco won 7 straight regular season games over the Rams. In baseball games of note, the Braves were shut out by the Marlins 4-0. The Mets were rained out against the Nationals, so Atlanta's magic number to clinch the NL East is still at 1. Phillies shut out the Astros 3-0 to clinch the final wildcard spot in the National League, eliminating Milwaukee. Padres beat the Giants 7-4. San Diego clinches the second wildcard spot. Philadelphia will be the third wildcard team. Blue Jays beat the Orioles 5-1 in 8 innings. Toronto's the first wildcard team in the American League. I'm Eddie Garcia.
This looks like a good way to start things out.
This is the Ben Maller
Maller Show. We speak with reckless abandon, big coast-to-coast and border-to-border Maller. And beyond. What a dumbass. Ben Maller, the Mecca, the Pantheon of Sports Talk Radio.
And now, live from the TireRack.com Fox Sports Radio studios.
Yeah.
Here he is, Ben Maller.
Panning for gold. Welcome in the beginning of another edition of the Ben Maller Show as we are in the air everywhere, belly to